You guys ready to go live?
No, man. Can we take 5 more minutes on this?
Yeah, can I take a shit?
Yeah. I got to pick out a boogie.
God. A boogie oogie oogie.
A boogie oogie. I don't know where that even came from. I think I was thinking of the Boogie Oogie Man, like from the what was it, Christmas, Jack Skellington, whatever that fucking movie's called. You know what
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ECW legend, the Boogeyman.
Oh, no.
ECW. Oh, okay.
Hey, he was an ECW.
Yeah.
Absolute legend.
One of a kind.
Guys, for the pre-show, go ahead and give your top 5 favorite Boogeyman matches.
I don't think I could name one.
I don't even
think I could name a match, let alone a favorite. I actually liked him. Hey, guys, I want to put it to a vote now that we have 2 other people on this show. Does it look unmanly? Is that the right? I don't even know if that's a word. Does it look manly when I'm sipping through a straw?
Very feminine.
Is it it is a feminine thing to sip through a straw, isn't it? I feel like it is.
I was not going to actually vote that way.
No? What you're good with the straw? Because every time I take a straw, it's just like...
I think it's not... I don't think it's objectively do you drink out of the straw. I think it's how you drink out of the straw.
What if I'm like...
It's not...
What if I'm drinking out the straw that?
So you're getting there. But it's not... It's substance over form, right? So it's the way you do it. The actual subjective way you do it over the form of way you...
What if I look you dead in the eyes as I'm doing it?
Yeah. See, there you go. Right. So you're like,
is that okay?
Yeah.
If we were sitting in a restaurant, I'd ask the waiter to fucking move me away from you.
Yeah, that's right.
I just stare to have a situation on my hands.
I've been looking forward to this show, guys. I really have. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's wonderful because I have not been looking forward to doing this at all.
Oh man. Well, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
Legally speaking, you have been looking forward to the show because it's in your contract that you have to say that you've been looking forward to it.
So you do kind of like the name.
I have to do it though on the actual show, not the pre-show. Read the contract. Read the contract. Okay. Remember we have a 2-hour time frame here for the actual show, and during the show there are specific things that I can and cannot do, but the pre-show and the post-show, it's a little different.
I do want to say, though, that I actually did not get a chance to see the latest Santa Claus episode. So I don't think you've even started it, right, Josh? Any of the episodes?
No, I have. We've watched the first 3.
Okay.
We've watched the first 3.
Okay. I just okay. Well, that's good then. You're basically where I'm at. So I haven't seen the latest one. I know what I actually have an idea because I was spoiled on fucking Facebook. So I know somebody shows up, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I'm bringing it up,
dude. Let's just not talk about spoilers. If we could avoid it, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it too.
By the way, I wanted to show. What do you guys think about? I just set up the horror shelf back there. You see Pennywise. You guys into horror films?
Oh,
I got Pennywise back there. It's hard to see, but I got Pennywise. There's Michael Myers, Ghostface, Jason is back there, and Freddy Krueger.
You don't have any Puppet Master back there, huh?
No Puppet Master. I got Jigsaw on his tricycle back there, and Puppet, and I got Chucky and
I see little
Tiffany.
Chucky there. Yeah, I dig it. It's good.
A lot of people talk shit about the Saw franchise. It's one of my favorites.
I like that movie. I like all those movies until they actually killed whatever Jigsaw, whatever his name was.
First 3 films were my favorite, and then I sort of it's kind of like Purge. Like the first 2 or 3, I was like, yeah, these are good, and then they became more sci-fi type films.
This could be a topic for another episode, guys, but we have a show to start.
Yeah, enough with the bullshit, Mike. Play that fucking intro. Welcome in, one and all, for another very fun edition of the Travis DuFour Show. My name is Travis DuFour. That's who I was born as. That's who I continue to be every day of my life. And now another guy who's Mike Yatsko every day of his life, Mike Yatsko.
Dig it, daddy.
And of course, we said it last week. He's here. Joshua Strawn.
Yeah, I don't have anything cool to say like Mike does. I'm just not that cool. But
I was
I'm
really
here.
hoping that Josh thing was just a one-time thing, like a one-episode thing. But
Yeah,
he's back. He's
sorry,
back.
Sorry. You know, we negotiated a contract, and I'm here. But I was thinking
And
about
you're a lawyer, so we can't break the contract, right? You'll sue us.
I was thinking about doing something like All Rise or something, but
All rise for the Maverick.
Very nice. I love it. And guys, if you want to keep up to date with what we do on the show, kind of get some content throughout the week, you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. We're there at the DuFour brand. Please give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. It does help out the show immensely. If you listen to this show on Apple Podcasts as well, or anywhere you listen to it, Spotify, you name it, give us that good review. Give us that 5 stars. Leave us a nice little note, or just talk shit about us. Tell us what we need to improve on. That's always welcome too.
Or even send a comment while we're live on air, and maybe we'll show it.
Yeah, and we do interact with the chat room now. So if you'd like to watch the show live, we are live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, at least for now. After December, we are taking a very short break. But 7 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays, you can watch us live on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. It's your choice.
Are you charging?
Am I what?
Charging.
Oh, no, this is completely free.
Oh, well, I'm out then. I quit.
Well, yeah.
Should we start the DuFour brand OnlyFans?
I was about to say, then if you're going to do free there, then we need to do an OnlyFans. Like maybe the post show is OnlyFans.
Well, people go crazy for feet pics these days.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Why is OnlyFans the go-to? Why can't we start a Patreon?
Well, we can do that along with OnlyFans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just as long as it gets to the feet pics at some point.
Okay. But I feel like the people, the viewers, they'd be like, OnlyFans. What's happening on OnlyFans?
Yeah. That's where you get the real content.
Yeah, like
quality content.
Now maybe we disappoint some of them, but we still took their money.
Yeah.
We get in on it, you know.
Well, you can't please everybody.
No, you can't.
And that's what matters. Not pleasing anybody. Guys, Christmas is right around the corner. You guys excited?
Hell yeah, man. My favorite time of year.
I'm getting married, so I'm definitely very excited.
Hell yeah, that's great. That's gonna have double meeting. We're actually talking about my fiance and I doing a December wedding ourselves. December 14th is the date that we're tossing around.
Dude, it's way cheaper.
Yeah, so for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you, like when we were negotiating for our venue, I was negotiating between 2 different venues.
You can negotiate?
Yeah, of course.
You can negotiate. Well, that's good. Actually, that's great information. We have not paid the down payment yet. We are going to negotiate.
My student. Oh, go ahead. No, you go.
I was gonna be like, we have a lawyer on standby. So if you're not willing to negotiate with me, you're gonna go negotiate with him.
I mean, or just come to me and just like, hey, this is what they're offering, and I'll tell you whether it's a good deal, bad deal. You know, here's what you can do, here's what you can't do. You know, but you most certainly can negotiate. I know Taylor hated it.
I seriously didn't know that. That's awesome. Oh yeah, my fiance would be embarrassed if I started doing that, but I don't care. I'm all about saving money.
Well, I did it via email. Like she wanted.
Oh, that's easy negotiation. I like that.
Right. So like, and then I even had a couple calls with both venues that we were negotiating with, just on a phone call, and just me with them individually. I didn't bring Taylor into it. Didn't want to bother her with that. But yeah, you most definitely negotiate wedding venue stuff. I mean, if you're not, then you're getting ripped off. You really are.
Yeah, we're about to book a venue probably in less than a month, so that's awesome information.
Yeah, you definitely can negotiate it. You know, the fact that you put wedding on it and they're going to upcharge you right away, and so your job is just not.
Yeah, instantly the price goes up by thousands when you mention it's a wedding. But yeah,
that's definitely one of my favorite things about you two is that you like this December wedding idea, kind of fucking everybody that you know out of their Christmas funds. That's a great idea. And you guys are very caring for that.
Just when you've spent all of your money on gifts for everybody, you need to buy us a wedding gift.
Yeah.
And spend money to come to our wedding and the hotel and all that.
Well, to be fair with ours, we're getting married on December 29th, so everybody can still enjoy their Christmas and everything.
Oh yeah, that gives them 4 days to save up money after Christmas. That's awesome.
Well, the other thing is that everybody that we had invited, that is coming. There are convenient flights. We're getting married in New Orleans. So there's a lot of cheap nonstop, travel.
No kids?
Well, I mean, no kids actually. Yeah, no kids. There
are kids allowed?
No.
Oh,
no kids.
That's
allowed.
a good move. We've been talking about doing no kids because kids ruin the videos. You got a crying baby, a crying kid in the background. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, me and my fiance, we're actually going to do no kids. My daughter's going to stay home that day.
Yeah, just leave her. She can fend for herself. Give her some food. Throw some ravioli in a bowl or something. She'll be fine.
SpaghettiOs. just plop it.
I can't wait till you're a dad, Mike, because we're gonna look back on that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. Actually, funny thing you should say that. I was hanging out with my niece. My family, we all went to dinner, and my niece was there. She's just turned 3, and she's adorable. And seeing her and how cute she is and the things she does, it really makes me want to be a dad. I'm just I think I could do this. It looks like fun. And my brother says it's easy for some reason. He said they've had it easy. They haven't had any maybe a couple sleepless nights and that's it. I don't think I'll be as lucky, but that's What's your experience? Do you have sleepless nights?
Oh no, I was very lucky, very, very, very lucky.
Oh.
And that's one
maybe
of the things.
I will be too.
Well, there's a lot of people that I've met in my experience, 30, 40 years on this planet, that fucking despise their kids. Seemingly, that's the facade that they put on, at least. And they're like, oh, they're always getting in this shit. I'm ripping my hair out, yada yada yada. But man, I've never loved anybody in the world like I love my daughter, and it makes everything easier.
I hear that a lot. That you don't actually know what love is until you have a child.
I mean, even Foreigner had that song. I want to know what love is, and I'm wondering if they had kids.
Quite possibly.
But guys, let's do something a little different here. Christmas is around the corner, and I think something fun we could do is kind of like a draft picks kind of thing. Cool. So here's the rules. Each one of us are going to choose 3 Christmas traditions. Every family's got them. I'm sure all 3 of us have different traditions. Maybe we don't, though. And in that case, we're gonna see who fucking walks away with no traditions.
Who has the shittiest traditions for Christmas?
And Mike, do we have the coin flipping mechanism?
Yeah, we got to decide who goes first, right? So who's competing against who first? Is it me against Josh?
Yeah, it's going to be Mike versus Josh to figure out who takes on me. Okay. Whoever loses between Mike and Josh right now, they're going to be going last. They're going to get the last pick.
Okay. So let me. Okay. All right. So I'm picking up what you're putting down. So we're going to coin flip here. It sounds like we're going to do a little bit of a draft here. So Mike and I are going to go for the second pick, I guess, right now, and then whoever wins between Mike and I will go and face you for the first overall pick. Is that correct? Is that what
correct?
We're doing?
Yes.
Okay. And then so all right, because I got to think about how I would approach this situation.
I'm going to give you the advantage and let you pick heads.
Okay. How many rounds are we going to do?
How many flips?
No. How many drafts are we gonna do? So once we decide the draft order, how many rounds are we gonna do?
We like to do 4, but we're gonna do 3.
Okay. Like to do 4.
All right.
That popped me. Honestly, that popped me. I like that.
All right. I got to build up a Christmas tradition team. All right. So
it's my choice. Josh, heads or tails?
I'm gonna go tails. Tails never failed.
All right. Well, I guess that means I'm picking heads. Let's flip this coin.
Here we go. The coin is flipping. What the fuck is it? Hey, Mike, you win.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, all right. I'm the third pick in the draft. Mike, Travis, I guess you guys are battling for the first overall pick.
Yeah. And Travis, this is your show, so I'm going to let you pick heads or tails.
I'll go tails. Let's see
it. Tails it is. Let's see.
Come on, baby. Big money. Big money.
Oh, okay. You won. You go first. The host of the show goes first. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought?
Since I went, I'm just going to talk a little bit of shit. Man, I fucking owned you, Mike. You didn't have a chance.
Jesus.
From the beginning.
I guess Mike could say the same thing about me. I'm just like a low form of life right now.
Yeah, sorry, bud. I didn't mean to win. If that makes it any better.
So that means I get to go first.
You go first.
You do
Mike
get to go first.
Second. I go third.
Okay. This may seem a little odd, but this is truly a Christmas tradition of mine.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but there's usually some music if you're going to do a draft. You know, right? Like, you know, yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right,
and with the first overall pick in the Christmas 2022 draft, Travis DuFour, the pick is in.
All right, and my first pick is what I have done every year for Christmas, ever since becoming a licensed driver, at least, is on Christmas Eve, in the middle of the night, whenever I know that there's no cars on the road, there's nobody around, about midnight or 1 a.m., you know, it's got to be fucking late, I go onto the highway and I stop the car in the middle of the highway and turn off my car and just sit there for like a minute or two.
For real?
Yeah. I just find it eerie that there's nobody around, and I like it. Eerie. And that's really the only time before coronavirus, of course. That was the only time that I could get away with nobody being around.
And that's a Christmas tradition for you.
Is that weird?
A little bit.
I think Mike and I are.
It borderline's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for I will tell you what. If we're going to do 3 rounds of this, you could have picked up that in the 3rd round.
Oh. But that's my favorite thing to do.
I don't think Mike and I were going to try.
So you like the solitude?
Yeah. I just think it's weird. Like having my car off and just sitting there on the highway looking around and stuff. It's just odd and it's ominous. I don't know. It's weird.
Do you like it? Are you sitting there hoping a semi just takes your car out? Or is it not a dark thing? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what the situation is here.
Yeah. This sounds like any. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just I can't really explain it. It's just something I've done for like the last 10 years on Christmas.
That's interesting. Yeah. You should talk to your therapist about that.
I did, and he said that it's because I grew up without my dad. That's what he said.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
sorry.
I was also going to say, though I respect that viewpoint, I was also going to say this sounds like, no offense to my lovely lady or any other lovely ladies out there, this just sounds like any other guy that just like, I want silence.
Are you trying to escape? Blink twice if your home life isn't safe.
I just want silence for 10 minutes.
That is a good way to get silence.
Yeah.
So right. What about you, Mike?
Wait. Mike, give me a little music.
And so he does the music for himself too?
yeah, he does. He has to right now.
It sounds like some Zelda music.
Yeah, with the that's the NFL music right there. With the second overall
show's getting flagged.
We're gonna get a cease and desist order real quick. With the second overall pick of the 2022 Christmas draft, Mike Yatsko, you're on the clock.
So I'm going to put this one last then. So should the first one be your best one? Like the best, that should be your favorite one, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, or,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that then. I'm going to go with what I originally wanted to do. My favorite tradition that I just love to do is me and the fiance, we make some hot cocoa either at home or we go to a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, buy a cup of hot cocoa. Then we drive around and look at all the Christmas lights. We actually will find a bunch of addresses, put them into the maps so that they, it sorts them all by closest location and shit. And then we just drive house to house. We have Christmas music playing, sipping hot cocoa. And it's a tradition that we do actually multiple times every Christmas season and Halloween for that matter. We do that for Halloween too. Except it's apple cider for Halloween.
So you're happy that these companies are fucking open on Christmas, aren't you?
Dude, I love. Oh yeah, I'm the guy that goes to the movie theater on Christmas, movie theater on Thanksgiving. I'm the one that shows. Oh, we went to Cracker Barrel on Thanksgiving. So yeah, I have no shame. Hey, if they're gonna be open, I'm gonna I'm gonna stop by.
Back in the 80s, there was like really big wrestling shows on Christmas Day and on Thanksgiving Day. So
really,
I think WCW used to have a big Thanksgiving show back in the 80s. Whenever you could get away with that shit. There's too much entertainment now. I don't know if you could get away with it now.
Yeah. And of course, you got like big time sports industries. I mean, the NFL doing their Thanksgiving football spread, like it's really hard to kind of compete with that. People at home watching football, Thanksgiving dinner, hard to compete with that.
Before we move on, though, do you guys, any of you two, do that? Ever go around, you look at Christmas lights? And I'm not even talking about the ones we have to pay for. I'm talking about literally people's houses where they, decorate really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So in Baltimore, I think it's called like 34th Hamden or something like that. The whole block is just nothing but Christmas lights. It's actually written into the homeowners association deed that you would sign if you wanted to be on that block. And it's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous.
Wait, that you have to decorate if you move there?
Yeah.
That's a neighborhood I'd want to move into.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then there's one like that here in Richmond for Halloween. There's a whole block just for Halloween that you have to decorate for Halloween. It's pretty cool too.
Because sometimes, most of the time, HOAs don't want you to do shit. There's very strict rules on what you can do. That sounds like the cool HOA.
It's cool for Christmas, but then and then but I mean, if you think about it, right? Like if you are decorating for Christmas and your decorations aren't that great, like you have the HOA coming up and like, hey, you need to do better next Christmas. And it's like, what? I spent like $600 on these Christmas decorations, and they're like, not good enough.
Yeah, maybe my decorations probably wouldn't be good enough for those people, but that's okay.
I'm actually where I live. I'm really close to a popular canal, and plus the city of Hagerstown, Maryland, and the Hagerstown Park. They always deck out the park with something nice to walk through. So that's something that we like to walk through too.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah, Christmas lights, man, you can't go wrong with them. You really can't. We're free.
Dude, some of these people's houses are crazy. They must spend tens of thousands of dollars. Some of them, I mean, they're crazy.
Yeah. And people always tell me it's so colorful, and I've been colorblind my whole life, so like I'm
that really must suck.
I'm missing out.
That must suck.
Like, look at all the shades of blue and purple and green. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Really? What's that like?
I just see a bunch of patterns mixed together.
I'm sorry, bro.
How about you, Josh? What's your first draft pick?
And with the third overall,
I thought we were doing a duet there. Let's continue that.
I was trying, but you just cut off. All right, go ahead, and I will talk while you do the music. And with the third overall pick in the Christmas 2020 draft, the Maverick selects decorating the Christmas tree. I love doing that. Like actually like playing some music. Usually there's a mimosa involved as well with my beautiful lady, and she's holding a mimosa as well. We're probably more like
glass of the bubbly.
A little bit of, and it's more bubbly than it is orange juice. We're probably more likely more like three glasses of mimosas in, and then we play the music, and then we start the decorating. That way there's dancing and there's love and we dance, and then we put a decoration on, and that's my pick. Putting the decorations on with mimosas in hand.
That just sounds picture perfect.
It really does. Yeah. You had me a mimosa.
If you could put almost anything, any sort of circumstance, any sort of experience, and if you were to plop a mimosa in it, you can instantly upgrade it plus 5 points.
It just makes it that much better.
Oh yeah. Funerals too.
Fuck yeah.
Funerals too. Jesus. This Christmas tradition show took a turn.
We just get fucking trashed.
And then we go to my grandpa's grave.
There are some funerals like that, like open bar funerals. Like, I mean, like I've never been to one, but it's a thing, that they like after they do very similar to like kind of like weddings, right? Like they do the ceremony, which in a funeral, it's, we, honor, and, if you have a grave, put the casket in the grave, and then you go to the reception, and Just little finger foods and lots of liquor and just get trashed.
At my funeral, I want them to hand out just like handfuls of Flintstone vitamins, not the gummies.
Flintstones vitamins actually don't hit like they used to. I used
They're
to love
delicious.
those. Not anymore. Not to me, at least. They're extremely sweet. I mean, extremely. Okay. Oh, okay.
That's the best part.
No, okay. Well, maybe it is. For me, it's a bit strong. I did buy a bottle like I don't know, a couple of years ago out of curiosity. I'm like, I'm getting me one of those. I'm an adult. I can buy whatever the fuck I want, and I bought it.
Did you get the gummies or the hard candies?
No, the hard one. I don't fuck with the gummies.
Thank you.
The only gummies I fuck with have THC in them.
Which are good.
Well, yeah, those are good. Those are the best kind of gummies.
Those are real good, real good. Can you even call it like? Do you actually believe that if you have a multivitamin gummy, like, do you really believe you're getting a multivitamin? Because it tastes just like a just any other fruit gummy that I've ever had before. Like
the vitamin industry is highly unregulated, so like there's really not a whole lot of overwatch going on. So like you never know. Maybe it's just a sugar thing, a sugar gummy, and not much.
No, there's something going on there because it makes my piss fucking glow.
Sounds like there is something going on there, and you might want to discuss it with your general.
It may not be a multivitamin, but there might be something going on.
Ready for my next draft pick?
Yep.
Okay.
With the first pick in the second round of the 2022 Christmas draft, Travis DuFour, you're on the clock.
So a couple years ago, we took a little bit of our side money one summer and built a bonfire at my residence. So on Christmas, what we like to do is set the bonfire up, make sure it's actually like a bigger bonfire, like a high flame, all not quite uncontrollable, but nearing it. And we like to order a life-size cutout of Mariah Carey, and we just fucking burn her every year.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Her song, the way I just don't like that she lip syncs it every year. She just pretends like she can't sing it.
Yeah.
Stop singing that shit.
Yeah.
Can't sing it.
And we say a prayer hoping that it ends at some point.
Yeah.
That they retire that song.
Nick Cannon should have finished the job.
I love a nice bonfire, though. That's a nice tradition.
Mm.
Yeah. Not many people do a bonfire on Christmas, though. So I think it's a little innovative.
I love that it's just slightly borderline uncontrollable. Not quite, but almost.
I don't want the fire department to come out on Christmas Day. Like, they got a family, too.
Oh, yeah. You want them to come to my house, though.
Oh, yeah. That was okay.
That was okay. It's totally okay. There was no consequences involved for you.
For me. As far as the Travis DuFour show goes, that's all that matters.
All right. So we're ready to move on to our next pick.
Yeah.
Mike?
I think I had a great pick. Mike, try and top that.
I will. This one, I love Christmas movies, classic Christmas movies. And I don't know if everyone has the same. Everybody's got different versions of what they think is a classic Christmas movie. What I like to do, my fiance and I do everything together. So what I like to do is relax on the couch and watch movies. And my two favorite ones are The Santa Claus and Jingle All the Way. And Jingle All the Way doesn't always get a lot of love, but I love that movie.
Who said you could eat my cookies?
Doesn't put the cookie down. No.
Love that movie.
I love, I think it's Phil Hartman as the actor. And he's just like, oh, we got the Turbo Man for Johnny months ago. It's safely nestled under our tree. Like, I love him. That movie's awesome. I cannot
believe his wife killed him. Fuck.
Dude, and he was oh yeah, that's awful. I was shocked. I did not realize that until like years after that movie that happened. But yeah,
me too. Yeah.
But because I thought he was still alive, because I was like, well, why hasn't this guy made a movie in a while? And I was like, oh, that's why.
And then you just find yourself in this deep cocoon of just reading more and more about it.
Oh yeah. But going back to the jolly Christmas stuff, he's just hilarious in that movie. He just gives off the creepy vibes. He's just trying to steal Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, and being real creepy, bringing the eggnog and stuff, and it's a classic movie. And you got Sinbad in there, and he's hilarious.
Yep.
He's like, I got a bomb, and it turns out actually to be a bomb in his hand.
There's a sick world full of sick people.
Sick people. we should have like a reaction video for Christmas, like a special, just us reacting to that movie.
And
that would actually be interesting. People do that all the time. We can't actually show the movie, but we can have the volume up just enough where you could slightly hear where we're at, and then you'll see us reacting to it.
And I just want to make sure that also, like, Jingle All the Way, that's the one with Turbo Man, right?
Oh yeah, it's Turbo time.
Yeah, yes. Okay, all right. I'm just making sure I'm thinking about the same thing because
with the Rock'em Sock'em jetpack.
the 90s with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can blend a lot of his movies together.
The only thing is, how did that kid, his own son, not recognize his own father with just a visor covering his face? I'd be like, Dad, that's you. Like, but this kid just like oblivious.
You're the only Jack dad in this neighborhood, anyways.
That's true. Yeah, you should be able to pick out your dad like that.
Definitely one of the dumbest kids in cinema. For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah. So Santa and the Santa Claus too. I love all the Santa Claus movies actually, but the first one especially is very good. Yeah. Anyway, that is one of my favorite traditions.
That's a good one.
Very nice. Ba, 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 ba. Here comes Josh. Ba, 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 ba.
With the third pick in the second round of the Christmas 2022 draft, I just want to make sure I'm not going to choose movies because I think that's been kind of taken by Mike. I agree with movies, and that was going to be my next pick. But because I think
I did feel like mine was a little too easy. Sorry about that.
No.
I went for the low hanging fruit with mine.
No. I was going to go with movies in my pick. So I mean, we're on the same page there. I thought it would still be hanging around in the second round of our draft. You picked movies, so I'm gonna move on to something else. I mean, it's Christmas, right? It's Christmas. I'm going to talk about opening your single present on Christmas Eve. Now, this is a little bit more about me being a child. Like, I do remember quite a few Christmases as a kid, and this is one of Taylor's favorites as well. It's like that single present, right? Like Christmas Eve. Mom, can we just open just one? Can we just open just one? I mean, talk about the sort of joy and sort of meeting your expectations as a kid when you get to open that one single present on Christmas Eve at night, right before you go to bed. That's a really fun thing to do. I love watching all the kids do it now.
I wonder how many people have that as their tradition, because that was our tradition growing up.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I don't know.
With you? Nobody let me open shit on Christmas Eve, and I asked. Believe me, I asked. I was like, come on, just one? They're like, no, not till Christmas morning. So my household sucked compared to you guys. No.
Sorry, bro. I apologize.
That sounds like an awesome tradition, though.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
You know what? That's not. We weren't allowed to open up the gifts, our main gifts, like for Christmas. But like, if we were at a Christmas Eve party and one of our like aunts or uncles gave us something small, we were allowed to open that. But nothing from Santa.
Oh yeah, no. So I mean, when I was a kid, my mom would pick it out. She would already know. And then, as a kid, still believing in Santa, all the presents weren't underneath the tree anyways to begin with, because there was the ones from mom. And then you wake up in the morning and there's more there. Those are the ones from Santa, if you will. But yeah, she would always pick the one out that I could open. And usually it's something small. Like I remember one of the fun ones I got. I think the one that I had the most joy, I was 9 years old. It was a Pokemon card holder, right? Like kind of like the CD. Yeah. Right? Like you could put your cards in it and you flip it. It's like that plastic case that sort of like protects your cards. So when I got that, I had this sort of like foreshadowing, anticipating moment where like the next morning, I'm going to have a bunch of Pokemon cards. So like there's a bunch of excitement, anticipation. I couldn't go to sleep at all that night, but it was really cool to have that. Like it was just like sort of like, oh, you're kind of spoiling what's going to happen tomorrow, but that's cool. That's fine. I got to wait, whatever. But yeah.
My Pokemon book was red with Pikachu on the cover. Do you remember what yours looked like?
Red with Charmander.
Okay.
Mine was blue with Pikachu. Or maybe it was Squirtle.
A Pokemon guy?
Growing up? Was that? Yeah. Yeah, I collected Pokemon. Actually, I had a nice set of Pokemon cards, in the binder with the plastic and all that, protecting all the cards. Mm. And then my stepdad stole them and sold them when I was a kid.
I have a problem too.
And if I had those today, a lot of those I know would be worth a nice chunk of change.
Yep.
So yeah.
Whenever my dad was still alive, I was like maybe 12, and he got me. He didn't make much money, and he got me a booster pack and like a whole pre-made deck and all this stuff. Well, the kid that lived next door to my dad's, his name was Mickey, and his dad was a crackhead, and his mom was a whore. So he didn't really have any money, and so I was very close to this kid, and I knew that he wasn't going to really have like a great Christmas that year. So I gave him my book full of cards that I had just gotten from my dad. And I told my dad, I was like, yeah, I gave all that stuff to Mickey. My dad was pissed.
I gave all my stuff to Mickey.
I mean, awfully generous of you, but
get the fuck over there and get those cards back. I was like, but Mick, it's gonna ruin Mickey's Christmas.
Yeah, I miss my Pokemon cards.
I do.
I was also gonna say a future Christmas themed segment to toss it out there is when we stop believing in Santa Claus. That's an idea.
Let's do it now. I never did.
We got one more round to go, bro.
Yeah, we still have one more round. I don't want to get into a new topic. I was just bringing it up while I had it.
I'll let people kind of stew on the fact that I never believed. But
that's very sad. I'd like to hear more about that some other time.
Yeah, I'd actually. Yeah, I mean, I like believing in Santa.
Yeah.
Who is next?
Travis, you're freezing up a little bit. Sorry, Travis, you're up next.
Oh,
so
okay.
Travis.
Yeah, we talked movies, we talked traditions and stuff. Right here's a TV show. No shit, this is what I watch every single year. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to make sure this was my last one because this is actually a tradition I've had since I was a kid. It's in season 1 of Hey Arnold, the Christmas episode for Hey Arnold. A masterpiece.
A masterpiece. I'm gonna have to watch. I'm sure I've seen it time and time again. It's just hard to remember that far.
If you have Paramount,
what makes it a masterpiece?
Have the Nickelodeon catalog. Paramount does. So watch it.
Wow, that's interesting. I forgot about that. Yeah. So what makes it a masterpiece, though?
It's just Hey Arnold was known for telling like really good, like heart-wrenching stories at times. You didn't know if it was going to be a funny episode or a fucking serious episode. And this was a very serious episode.
Right.
Arnold is essentially living in a boarding house, and another one of the guys that lives in the boarding house is like a refugee from like Korea, and he got separated from his daughter. So Arnold went through hell to try to find his daughter, who he was separated from, and they end up reuniting at the end. It's a big heartwarming story.
God, I forget. Check it out. Yeah, I forget how good of a person Arnold was.
Yeah, he really was.
They don't make cartoons like that anymore. Like a lot of the cartoons,
they really
don't. Like watch this happen, and it's just crazy shit. But like,
just trying to distract people. Yeah.
Mike,
I need the music.
Da 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 da.
All right, so actually, Josh, he said decorating the tree, so I'm going to assume decorating is off the table at this point.
That's right. Okay, well, you could.
Yeah, it's in all fairness, because I was going to generalize and say,
decorating.
So I'm going to be fair and move on to something else and say, it's not so much a tradition anymore. But I'll tell you, as a kid, there was no greater feeling than waking up, seeing that it snowed outside, and then going out and having a snowball fight with your friends, making snow angels, building igloos was one of my favorite things. We had these like brick mold things that you could shape the snow inside of it and then stack these snow bricks, and we just had tons of fun in the snow. And as adults, you don't really do too much of that unless you have kids. But maybe when I have kids, I will be doing that again. But yeah, I just remember that being a fun time.
Fuck yeah! I never built an igloo.
I never built a successful one, but I attempted. They usually caved
the walls, but not the roof.
Right? The roof was the challenging part, honestly. That once you get to the roof, you're really in for a world of hurt. You better be an engineer to get that thing to stay.
Well, good thing you did become an engineer, right?
Yeah. Final draft pick.
I love that though. I mean, a white Christmas, who doesn't love that? So I mean, like part of the tradition is also dictating on the weather, but white
and it's
Christmas
rare now sometimes. We've had a lot of, at least here in our area, we've had a lot of green Christmases, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I've had a couple in my life, and they definitely, I mean, because it just instantly reminds you of like the movies and the TVs, you know. That's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So shit, I don't even remember the last time I had a white Christmas. Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a hot minute. I can't remember. I had to been living in West Virginia right before maybe 2011, maybe some flurries, but that's about it. Yeah. All right, so I'm last. All right, so I'll jump right in there. This one's gonna be a little bit more serious, but I like taking a midnight church service. I like going out there with the, most midnight.
I feel like such a bad Christian now for not picking that first.
Look, man, look, it's not meant to be anything against anybody. I mean, I'm not perfect, and my church record is spotty as of late, but I will say that going to a church service for the midnight service, whether you're Catholic or just Christian, like there's nothing like when they do and they hand out those little candles and you get to sing Holy Silent Night together as a group. I mean, there's something really pure about that anytime I've ever gotten to do it and do it on a regular occasion, it's it means a lot to me.
Yeah, that's very cool. So do you have a church where you're at now?
Yep. So we found one that we're going to go to for a midnight service. So we're really excited about it. Been going to it for a little while. Obviously this whole COVID thing sort of stopped you from being able to do certain things and keep certain traditions going. But now that we're here in Richmond and we got feet on the ground, we found something to do and we're going to do it.
That's good.
Hell yeah, man. Good for you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Me being back here in Ohio with my family, it'll be the first time in 6+ years that I'll actually get to attend a Christmas Eve service with my family. So
nice. Yeah, you gotta love stuff like that. Just getting the family together and the people you love, and that's all it's all about. So
I love this. Whenever you run across people who just get so grinchy around the Christmas season, I just want to challenge them all to a Texas bull rope match. And just beat the fuck out of them.
Let's go. I'm going to drag your ass in this church. I'm going to beat you up with the nativity scene.
Speaking of Grinch, though, that's another amazing Christmas movie. I should have named that one.
Ooh, the Jim Carrey version, right?
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah. Although I love the classic cartoon version, too.
Yes. Yeah.
Not so much a fan of the Benedict Cumberbatch version. I think he played the modern Grinch.
Benedict did one?
Came out a couple years ago, didn't it, Mike?
Yeah, pretty recent. Yeah,
I've got to find that.
It was okay. I'm sure a kid would watch it and enjoy it, but like me watching it, I've seen Jim Carrey's Grinch, so like to me, you've already maxed out. It's as good as it's gonna get with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, for sure. He did great. It's hilarious.
Yeah, years ago, I was on a lunch break at a warehouse, and there was a girl who had a Doctor Who tattoo on her forearm, and she was trying to tell me that Benedict Cumberbatch was the greatest actor in the world, and I hated her, so I've never watched anything with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, he's Doctor Strange, so he's good in some things. I love him as Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
you haven't seen the Marvel? Okay, well, it's a Marvel movie.
Well,
Marvel needs to be your next thing that you watch.
Yeah.
Pass. Come on, please don't make me, please.
The phase 1 through pretty much all the way to Avengers Endgame. All of those are gold. After Endgame, you could just stop watching if you want, but watch all the way up till Endgame, which is like 27 movies right there. So you'll be a while. Yeah. Because you got Thor 2, Thor 3, Captain America 1 through 3. It's a bunch of shit. Iron Man 1 through 3.
Wow. But Benedict is actually a pretty good actor. He really is.
He is. I just don't like him as the Grinch. That's all.
Yeah. He did this. I forget what the movie is. He plays like a mathematician, and he creates a machine that can crack a World War II German code. Pretty awesome.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting. That's exactly it. Yeah, because Matt Damon plays in it with Ben Affleck. And
as much as I want to, I've never seen Good Will Hunting. I've almost seen it. Have never seen it. Oh,
it's okay. It was like one of the first meme movies of the 90s.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know about Good Will Hunting is because I watched Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like all of our draft picks. I got to say, the one, if we were doing a trade, I know we're not, but if I was going to trade, I think I would trade the snowball and playing in the snow stuff for Josh's mimosas and decorating the Christmas tree. If I had to pick one.
So good, man. It's so good. Yeah. That's one of the things I love the most. It's not just like the Christmas part. One of the things I love the most about my relationship with Taylor is that we enjoy doing stuff like that. So like we enjoy, like cleaning up around the house and doing things as a team together, as long as there's a mimosa in hand.
Yeah.
That is important to have things that you enjoy to do together. I would easily give away all of you guys' draft picks and 2 of mine if I could just keep burning Mariah Carey's cardboard.
That's the winner for you, huh?
Love it.
Oh, easily.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay, guys. And that is the end of our Christmas portion of the show. We're going to be watching some clips that we got prepared. Mike, what do you have to start off with? I'm very excited for this.
Oh, we're not doing the what did you watch thing? I actually had a clip planned for that as well. Are we moving on to clips now?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh no, what did you watch?
Well, you were going to talk about the Santa Claus. So I'd actually found a clip that I was going to ask you about. But are we skipping that segment?
Oh no, let's do it.
All right. So we've all been watching the Santa Claus, right? We just haven't been watching the most recent one. All right, we haven't seen the most recent episode, rather. So we're not going to discuss spoilers. All right, okay, yeah, you did, but don't say anything. So this clip that I'm going to show is not spoiler related. It's not even from the latest episode. But I do have one gripe with this series that I caught, and it caught me off guard at first, but it wasn't until I saw a clip of it later on TikTok when I rewatched it. I'm like, yeah, why was that put in there? Like subliminal messaging. So I just want to show you this and see what you all think about Disney incorporating this into their material.
Cancel Disney. Interesting.
Yo, so if y'all haven't seen the dang on Disney Plus Santa Claus and how it says we love Satan, I had to check this myself. Check this.
Did he say it? Do they love Satan?
Well, it's not playing now for some reason. I think it was literally Satan.
You'll have to send me that clip. I'm interested. So they were saying that there was some kind of Satan.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm actually refreshing to see if that'll do it.
They didn't mention Satan, did they? Those bastards. Yeah, we got to keep Satan out of the Christmas movies.
All right, let's try this again. So let me see if we can do this again.
Yo, so if y'all haven't seen the dang on Disney Plus Santa Claus and how it says we love Satan, I had to check this myself. Check this. Look at this.
Do you remember when they spelled they had the letters? Love you, Satan. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'm boycotting Disney Plus. I'm deleting my account. I can't rock with them. I can't do this.
I remember that. I didn't think twice about that.
Really? They put it in there as a joke. They're like, we love you, Satan. But then they realized it was misspelled and they changed it to Santa.
That was actually a part where me and my fiance laughed.
Oh, really? That was a part where it really took me out. I'm just like, oh, that was interesting. Like, I don't know. I felt like subliminal messaging.
So that was a spoiler for me because that has to be after the 3rd episode because I haven't seen that yet.
Oh. Well, that didn't spoil anything that actually happened, really.
No. Well, I mean, the only thing you're telling me is that guy that...
No, that's not what that's happening. No, that's not what's happening. That was an illusion.
That was an illusion? I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it was an illusion.
My bad.
Erase it from your memory.
I haven't even been sitting here for the last 40 minutes. I'm non-existent.
So did that rub you the wrong way, Mike?
I mean, I just thought it was weird. I mean, because I don't know. Maybe it's just me then. If neither of you thought that was strange, I didn't think that joke was necessary. It kind of made me cringe a little seeing that. Like, and I'm just sitting there with my kids, and they're like, "It just says we love you, Satan." And I get it; it's a joke or whatever. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't find the humor in it.
What about it? What about it specifically do you think was in bad taste? Is it just the word Satan?
Oh, the Satan part, probably. It was the Satan. No, I don't know. I guess it was just kind of encouraging. It's literally said, "We love you, Satan," or "Love you, Satan," or whatever the fuck it said. So I don't know. That was I guess it was just me. Okay. Whatever.
I think if my opinion, I think it's lazy. I think it's lazy writing. Like you're gonna take Santa and make it Satan. Like that's kind of lazy writing. Like, and and then you're also incorporating a figure from Christianity that is, in some respects, some people are like doesn't exist, but you're gonna put it into a show and like give it life, right? This idea. What's Satan? Well, okay, well now I have to teach you about what Satan is if I don't teach it in my household, so you understand the joke. Yeah, I mean, it's just lazy to me.
I just wouldn't like it if I was watching it with my child. Is all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I guess. I mean, maybe I chuckled. I don't remember what my initial reaction was, but it was seeing it the second time. I'm like, well, why did that need to be in there though? Is I guess my point.
Honestly, like now I'm thinking a little bit more, it comes off a little bit more like a Family Guy joke.
Yeah. It felt a little off key for a Santa Claus movie. Like just did not feel like it fit the whole tone.
Yeah. Like if I saw that in like Family Guy or South Park with its
no questions asked. That's I expect that. They literally have a cartoon Satan in South Park.
Exactly. Like I would laugh. Just
with
laugh.
Saddam Hussein as his right-hand man.
And his lover at the same time.
Yeah, and his lover. And I accept that. That's fine. It's what I expect from them, but not from the Santa Claus movie.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Anyway, so that's all I wanted to bring up as far as that goes with that part. We can move on to clips of the week, though.
Very cool. What's next?
All right, so this one, I actually got a few clips lined up. We'll just kind of get through them rapid fire because I know we went overtime on the draft picks, but let me pull this up. Check out this dog. This dog's getting his nails trimmed, and that's actually the noise he is making.
Is that real?
No, it is real. It's not edited. Yeah. He is freaking out at getting his nails trimmed. Hates it.
Well, isn't it true? There's dogs that have nerves in their nails, don't they?
Nerves?
Yeah, because you have to be careful whenever you're clipping a dog's nails because they have nerves in their nails.
Oh, cats.
Oh, you can't go to. Yeah, but he was freaking out before the nails, the trip even like clipped him. It was like PTSD. But I just couldn't get over the scream. The scream was just so over the top, and for a dog, it didn't even sound like a dog at first. But I think it actually is. They claim there's no editing there, but I guess you never know.
Oh my God.
Now, guys,
that dog was stressed.
Yeah, he's very stressed. Now, this next clip that I have lined up. First off, you guys know what a blowfish is, right?
Sure.
All familiar with a blowfish? Well, I am sure that you have never seen a blowfish quite like this.
Damn, what is that, bro? Damn, what is that, bro?
Take my money. Take my money.
Oh.
Do you see what's happening?
Take my money.
Now that is a blowfish.
So this blowfish has an extra attachment here to kind of.
I have found a new replacement. I have found a way to replace my vacuum cleaner.
Have you ever seen those videos? Have you ever seen? I don't know the guy's name, but he goes around. He like basically picks out like sexual innuendos. He looks at something. He's like, "Get me that fish." You ever see that guy? Maybe not. Maybe not. But this is like one of those things where like I want to know where that fish is. Where do I find me one of those fishes? Yeah. I need me a blowfish.
He's gonna replace his vacuum. He's gonna put together a really nice aquarium, and then he'll pull the fish out every once in a while for when
light some candles first. Have some have some decency. Let's
some classy. Some sea salt smelling candles. He might even crush some potpourri to kind of get a aroma in the room. And
just look at that suction though. Like that's you ain't gonna get that elsewhere.
He's gonna play. He's gonna play Phil Collins.
You got to pay extra for that in Amsterdam.
He's gonna have Phil Collins' "I Feel It in the Air" tonight playing.
Oh. All right. I want to get through the next one here. So we've all gone through, I'm sure, terrible breakups, right? In one way or another. Sure. Breakups are not fun. I want to know what both you guys would think if you received a video similar to this from someone that you broke up with.
No! No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Whoa, that's like straight up toddler.
I love the caption. A year ago today, I got this video from my abusive ex when he found out I moved on.
Yeah, he's not too happy about it. But if you saw a video like this from your ex, a woman in your situation, well, how would you handle that? Would you reply back?
Yes.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to that?
Fuck off.
Person freaking out. Oh, fuck off. You would add to their pain. What an asshole.
Either that or like kick rocks or pound sand. Something like that.
No, I've definitely seen my daughter do the exact routine I just saw.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all have as kids.
Like with the hand movements and everything.
All right. So have you seen this next TikTok trend where people, they tell a story, but in a song form? So they have to tell a consistent story, but they have to keep to a beat. So they have to sing it. Have you seen that going around?
No, but I'm interested. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So this woman is telling a story about how she met. It's a romantic story. She's telling how she met her husband, and there is a toilet involved. So I just want to take a listen.
One thing about me is I met my husband in a toilet in jail. So what happened was we were both in jail for a long time. And we were both really bored. So I asked the girls on my pod, what do you guys do for fun? Because it's mad boring in here. And they're like, we talk in the toilet. And I'm like, that's mad weird because that shit stinks like shit. They were like, yeah, it definitely does stink, but it's kind of fun because you could talk to the men on the floors above you and below you. So I'm like, I like men. So let's go. Let's try this. So I go in my room and I plunge the toilet with my butt and empty it with a little cup and get all the water out. They told me ring the line, which is just taking a pen and going bang, 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 bang. And then you say, yo. And I said, yo. And they were like, yo, back. And we started talking. So we got to talking and we talked for a few months and I liked him. And
it doesn't get any funnier from that, so it'll just drag on. It goes on.
Oh, wow. Minute. That was a fucking waste of time.
A fucking waste of time. You don't think that's romantic, meeting somebody through a toilet like that?
I think she's
I thought that was touching.
I think she's a liar.
Yeah, she's lying for sure.
You don't think she's been in? You don't think she served hard time?
I'm not saying that. She didn't serve hard time in a co-ed jail facility.
No. Well, no. Oh, yeah, but you had to talk to them through the toilet. Oh, you mean like they don't ever share? They don't ever do that?
They don't.
No, okay. Well, then she might be making it up then. I don't know.
She's making things up so she gets reviews. I would love to read these comments that they're there. Because like I was looking at some of them and some of them are like actually playing along with it, like as if like they relate. Like this one down here is like, I feel like that's what my man was doing when he was bored in jail while I was working for the both of us. She doesn't even realize that what she's saying, what this woman's saying is that she was in a jail with her soon-to-be husband as if it's a co-ed facility, whereas Sapphire seems to think that she relates there in some way. It's like, no, woman, you were working while your man was in jail. Like, woman, Sapphire, you were paying bills while this woman is claiming for the sake of getting TikTok views that she was in a co-ed jail facility. Those don't exist.
I believed her at first. Okay, well, I think that clip was kind of a dud. That clip was kind of a dud. But let's move on to the next.
I think Chuck Weasley sent that clip in.
He very well might have. Unfortunately, I picked it out though, so I'll take full blame for that one. So this next one, I'm sure you guys have all been. Actually, it was just recently for us to a store, and there's a Karen in front of you, freaking out, causing a scene, just for seemingly no reason. So this next one is a Karen at a local Walmart somewhere.
A Karen in the wall.
Oh, God. I hope it's Washington.
I didn't touch you, man.
Not that long ago, and I can't stand another man touching me.
Yeah.
Did that.
Can you hear it okay?
Is this a prank?
Yeah, he won't go away. He needs to go away. He's a problem.
No,
I need to leave. I still got. Okay. She threw some of my stuff. Hell if I know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, hell if I know.
I'm sorry.
She wasn't sorry when she cut in line.
I didn't see you.
To make it. Oh, I just asked her if she saw
this lady cut in line.
Please, just go.
she did.
That's an adult.
You're making it worse.
Did you hear that scream? Blood curdling scream. Crazy. Have you ever been in line with a Karen like that?
Oh, 100%.
Dude, people overreact. They have no shame.
Yeah.
I just feel like I've known women like her, like a lot of women just like her.
You know, I would love, like, if I was in that situation, if I was in his shoes and that was happening, I'm praying to God that I have like a 8-pack of toilet paper in my shopping cart, because I'm going to take it out and I'm going to throw it at her. Knock her in the head with it and see what she does next. Hopefully she has like a heart attack or something.
Jesus.
like you're gonna act like that? Like, no, if anybody, I don't care who you are, if you act like that in public, you don't deserve to be in public. That's my opinion.
I assume that you'd see that in like a mental ward, like not at the Walmart.
I won't even say a mental ward. Like, she might just like be so for me, like what I'm thinking here, I'm based upon my knowledge, like she might just be so like inundated in her own beliefs that when she goes out in public, the world should just automatically adopt her beliefs. And if they don't adopt her beliefs, and it goes multiple different ways, it doesn't matter who you are. If no one is adopting and respecting what her beliefs are, what she's thinking that people are assuming they'll know who she is, right? She's just going to walk into Walmart and people are automatically know who she is and what she wants and how she wants to be treated. No one's going to think that. You're in a fucking Walmart, right?
But the thing with this woman is she cut in line. Like, it was her. She did it. And then she was causing the scene. Like, she had been wronged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I'm going to throw my roll of toilet paper at her.
Yeah. And can you legally do that, Josh? Can I legally throw toilet paper at somebody if they're screaming at me?
Legally not. I mean, sure, there might be something there, but you know, the fact that you got it all on camera right now, I don't. There's not a prosecutor that's going to charge me for that.
All right. Well, moving on. Have you guys ever played when you were younger, Spin the Bottle?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. How would you like to play Spin the Bottle?
We didn't really used to play Spin the Bottle that much. We would play Hide the Sausage a lot, though. But,
What? Hold on. Let's go back to us. What is that?
It was made in Ohio. It was a kid I knew from Ohio that taught me it. You don't know what that is?
Not my part of Ohio. So what?
Hiding the sausage. All right.
Hiding the sausage. That sounds dirty, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, really maybe dirty. Go on Urban Dictionary after the show and look that one up.
All right. Well, how would you like to play Spin the Bottle with this guy?
Okay.
Oh. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, get it. This fucking piece of shit.
Oh! Rules are rules. Come on.
What a loser.
Come on. I'm starving.
I'm starving.
Hey, guys. Make her kiss me. Come on. It landed on you. Jeez. Oh my God. Hoes will be hoes.
Oh.
Get out.
Let's do the next
Get
one.
out.
Get out.
He's
I totally respect that.
What was that?
I totally respect that. Told him to get out.
Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah, he was way out of line.
I wonder what was up her butt. She could have just kissed him.
Well, no, he didn't even. It didn't even fairly land on her. He made it land on her. He interjected and grabbed the bottle. That's not even fair.
Yeah.
Do you think he was an ugly guy, or
she just wasn't interested?
No. His personality made him ugly.
Maybe. I will say, like, there's a couple rules when you play spin the bottle, right? You got to be prepared, right? You always got to be prepared that you gotta do whatever the bottle says. You gotta do whatever the bottle says. But I would have loved to seen him go in for the kiss, and she just like fucking slap the shit out of him.
Oh yeah. No fingertips, all palm. Just boom.
That's what happens when you try to what is it? You try to cheat the system.
Yeah, for sure. So this next one, I want to see if you guys can watch this clip without cringing. And even if you can decide what it even was. Because when I first watched this clip, I had no idea what was going on. It's just a little disturbing, to say the least. And that's what it looks like to start.
Oh.
Oh.
What is that?
That's a cucumber, I guess.
Stop!
Oh, wow.
That is such
What
a
is
loud
it?
scream, though. I have actually no idea what it is.
It's probably some kind
What
of
is
fruit.
it? It's hair. Whatever it is, it looks like a hot dog, but it's hairy.
Yeah.
Why is it hairy?
I mean, like a peach, you know.
Can anyone in the comments let us know what this is?
Yeah. I know where they're going with that.
All I know is when I watched it, it made me cringe.
Yeah,
it made me like close my legs really tight.
I know what they were trying to go with that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not cool.
That is some ASMR stuff right there, though.
I didn't like the only part that I really disliked was the blood curdling scream that caught me off guard. I forgot about that. All right, so this is the last one I have personally, and then Travis has one as well, which will end on his. I want to know if you guys would be pissed off if your friend did this to you.
Dude, they're literally above ahead. Why do we need this much water for 3?
Why does he have this many waters?
No, don't go fast. Fuck.
He has
don't
like...
go fast. Jack, stop. Dude, they're literally above ahead. Why do we need this much?
That's a beta. That's a beta. Not an alpha. That's a beta.
What gives it away? What's the telltale sign?
The fact that he accepted the waters when they were given to him, and he cried. Like
Did you notice how many different cups there are? I'm seeing McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. There's something else. I have no idea what it is.
That's a beta right there.
So they set him up for sure.
Oh,
but so you wouldn't even allow yourselves to be set up in this situation.
Oh, hell no. I'd be pouring waters on people. Like, hold your own damn water.
And also,
the
this
second
seems
I
like
saw my friend wearing a necklace like that, yeah, I'd probably set him up for that too.
Oh, those anal beads?
Yeah.
Even if this was me doing this prank, it is hilarious, but I wouldn't want to be the one volunteering my car to get drenched in water that's just going to eventually start developing mold in the smallest of crevices and all that.
I did see this trend a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to do it, but I thought the same thing. I was like, nah.
You should do it, man. You should totally do it.
Yeah. I got some friends that think that I would probably fall for that, but no, I would be definitely like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
Go pound sand. Okay. Like, I'll hold one cup, while you put your seatbelt on, but you better be taking this cup back because I ain't holding it for you. I would never put myself in that position.
All right, guys, we're going to end it on this note for clips of the week. What are your guys' thoughts on reckless driving? Does that annoy you when you just see a driver just driving so recklessly that they could just kill somebody? Which just
God, that pisses me off.
Yeah, it does, right?
I usually have my daughter in the car.
Yeah. Well, this is a reckless driving PSA for everyone to take notice of.
Let's see it.
An accident.
She just ran over a pedestrian. Pedestrian cracked his neck, fell on the ground.
Every driver's worst nightmare.
Travis DuFour show logo in the top right-hand corner makes it look like an insurance commercial.
Going 65 miles per hour, it takes 365 feet to bring your car to a complete stop.
That's how many days in a year.
Driving just 5 miles per
If
hour.
this woman wasn't
slower,
driving
gaining
recklessly, she could have saved this man's life.
She's a Karen.
Oh, look at that. She slowed it down. Didn't
30
kill him.
seconds or a life.
She saved him. Who did she save?
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's Hitler.
Nazi time.
This woman is responsible for the Holocaust.
Drive recklessly.
That's a PSA that sometimes it's okay to drive recklessly because you never know if the person you're killing is the person that's going to start
You never know
huge mass genocide.
You never know if you're going to do the world a favor.
Yeah, so maybe next time, don't slow down. Just hit him. I like that one.
Yeah,
that was a
I
good
got
one.
into my old YouTube account and started going through my favorite videos that I've had in there for 10, 15 years. You know, YouTube has been around a long time. And I found that clip and I was like, you know what? I think the guys would like this one. Not every pedestrian is a good person.
Yeah, every time you get into a
Hitler.
car accident. So if I get into a car accident tomorrow and like I get out of my car and the person that pops out that I accidentally hit, if they're not Hitler, is it okay to be like, fuck, I thought you were Hitler?
Now, I know this is not the legal advice. This is not legally speaking at the moment. But real quick, just got to ask, if you kill Hitler, can I be sued for that? Like, that's good, right?
Oh, wow. That's a really good question. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know the answer to that. I think that would be the one time where everybody be like, you didn't kill Hitler. You know what I mean? You didn't kill Hitler.
Yeah.
And
Kanye West would be like, how
You didn't
dare
kill
you?
anybody.
You didn't kill anybody. That's not a body there.
As they're pouring gasoline on his car.
Yep. Yeah. You know.
So legally speaking, it's cool.
According to Kanye West, no.
For that individual, I think, yeah, you know, I don't know if you would get a medal or anything like that, but you know, you might get a little.
I hope so.
They might give you a little.
I would deserve one. I think.
You might get a little pat on the back. You might get a little pat on the back. Be like, yeah, good job. But what body?
And Mike, as far as the legally speaking portion of the episode, do you want to set us up for that?
Yeah. So we did a segment last week, and I thought it went well, and we're doing it again this week, legally speaking, and we're just going to be presenting scenarios, clips each week with different legal cases, legal scenarios, and see what Josh thinks, because he is a real bona fide lawyer. That is not a gimmick. For those that didn't watch last week. So this first guy is somebody, it's a guy, it's two guys. A guy breaks up with his cheating boyfriend. And I have a question to ask after we watch the video. After I load the video.
Two men in love together.
Two men.
As one.
Fallen in love, broken up by betrayal. All right, here it is.
No, since you want to cheat on me, you want to fucking cheat on me. Look how stupid you look. I'm recording all this.
I'm gonna hurt myself.
I don't care.
Ow!
I'm recording all this.
After everything I did for you,
you didn't do nothing. After all these years, you want to cheat on me, huh? I'm leaving.
Oh!
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull my skin.
Get out of my car.
Blonsky.
I'm calling my brother. No.
Don't call my brother.
Come on.
No.
So I actually have a real question to ask after this that needs real advice. If the person you're breaking up with freaks out and hurts themselves. Are you responsible? Could you be sued? Can I be sued for breaking up with them and leading into this traumatic thing where they hurt themselves?
No, not at all. The only way that potentially this situation could result in any sort of like legal liability if like changed one little fact here. Instead of him like videotaping and saying like, get out of my car. He's like, yeah, keep hitting yourself. Go ahead. I hate you.
So if he's egging him on.
Yeah, enabling him. Yeah, it's in that scenario and your question, like that's really going to be the only situation where anything can come out of that. But yeah, no, I mean that's just a breakup. I mean, if I could sue someone for a breakup,
what if somebody is literally telling you, if you break up with me, I'm going to hurt myself? So they're basically saying, if you make this choice, this is going to happen. They're telling you what the consequence is.
Yeah, nah, not at all. Again, the only thing would be if you're just like the way that guy was, approaching the situation is like, I'm breaking up with you. You shouldn't have cheated on me. This is the reason why I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah.
Please get out of my car. I'm going to call my brother, whatever.
And is it good to film it just so that you have proof, or was that kind of egging him on?
Ooh, actually, you're maybe making a solid argument there, right? Like, if you're looking at it from the guy being, the guy that's sitting there hurting himself, he's like, he was videotaping me. He's making me look bad. He's contributing to my emotional distress. And he's known that I've been emotionally distressed. He knows I don't like cameras on me. We don't ever take pictures, right? You can make some arguments there, but it's really not going to happen much. I mean, at the end of the day, like someone breaks up with you, you've got to deal with that.
Yeah, fair enough. I was always curious about that. Travis, are we going back and forth? Do you have a scenario, or do you want me to keep going?
Oh, no, I don't. So legally speaking, that guy fucked himself up.
He fucked himself. Yeah, that's right. Or well, he cheated on him, so maybe he got fucked.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is actually a 2-minute clip, so I'm only going to play like the first 45 seconds with audio, and then I'll just let the rest play without audio because it's really just the same stuff over and over. But a mom punishes and we'll just talk over it. But a mom punishes her 12-year-old for something that he did. He did something wrong, so she takes his phone. Typical as parents do. Do you ever take anything away from your daughter as punishment, Travis?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody does it. It's just a thing you do. They acted out of line. You got to take something to let them know you're serious. That's all this mom did. She took something, the phone, from this 12-year-old, and this 12-year-old decided to take matters into his own hands. So let's take a look, and you'll hear by the sound of the mom's voice how distraught she is.
The fuck?
12-year-old boy did this after mom took away his phone.
Oh shit! Fuck that.
The granite countertop literally has a chunk of rock missing from it.
How is it
glass
doing that?
Mirrors shattered. Appliances, the refrigerator knocked over, laptops broken, TV broken.
This looks like a home invasion.
Yeah.
It does. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Looks like the FBI showed up with a search warrant.
Windows smashed. And you can hear the mom crying at various points in the video, which is actually quite sad. But bassinet that you could see, because obviously they have a baby as well. Just furniture, broken, tossed, trash just everywhere in the room, pieces of debris everywhere.
And you want to know something? It's probably not even that kid's fault. It's probably the fucking parents because they're not being parents.
I'm so surprised that he left the shower curtain up.
I have a very serious question to ask once I do pause it. But yeah, just every mirror in every room is just shattered.
Mirrors,
TVs, every room.
If you believe in the bits of like every broken mirror is 7 years bad luck, he broke a lot of mirrors. I think it's going to be an unlucky kid for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
My heart just breaks for that parent.
Do you see a piece of the toilet? I don't know if she's going to zoom in on it. There's a piece of the toilet missing.
Oh God.
Do you see that?
How does a 12-year-old do that?
I don't know. Found a sledgehammer in the garage or something.
Right there. Yeah,
that toilet is shattered. This woman probably has tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
And she probably doesn't own that house. She's probably a renter.
It looks like an apartment, actually.
Look, every TV is just fucked.
You're not getting your fucking security deposit back.
No.
This
is a laptop that was just thrown in the corner. Completely, she'll find out that it's completely smashed. Yeah, she's crying. She's crying. Anyway, I'll mute the audio and just let the few seconds play out. But I have a very real serious question to ask in this scenario. In this scenario where your 12-year-old fucks you, and I mean fucks you good, is it okay if I murder him?
Yeah.
Can I be sued?
I wish I could give you some like analysis on that, but the answer to that is pretty straightforward, and it absolutely not. You cannot do that.
But do you see what he's done? I think I have the right to now murder his ass.
Is that figurative speaking?
No, that's not that. No. Jesus Christ. No, I meant literally take the life away from him is what I was implying there.
Sorry.
that was a poor choice of words.
What you could no. I guess no. You can ship him off though. I mean, Travis knows all about getting shipped off, at that age. We're not 12, but yeah, I mean, you could do something that.
Yeah, 12 years old. What can you do with that? I mean, I wouldn't want that child back in my house. That's for damn sure. This child doesn't fuck around. That's what he's telling you.
For this kind of damage, adoption would definitely be on the table.
Would you consider it, Travis? No joke.
Oh, I mean,
what would you really do in this situation?
Like, how do you get to that point though, where your kid is that much of a piece of shit? Like I've met some, but I absolutely have had some friends like that growing up. But then I meet their parents, and their parents are drug addicts that are passed out all the time, or they're alcoholics, or they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. There's always a reason why kids fucking act like that.
That's possible, but this house seems quite nice. I mean, it seems like they had nice decor and there's TVs in every room. I mean, it didn't seem like a rundown place. I mean, it is now. It is now.
So I got to tell you something here, and I don't want to talk too long about this, but so the damage that this kid has done, the damage that you could do to this kid by really doing the worst thing possible to him, i.e. like putting him in foster care, is far worse, right? If you wanted to put him in foster care, first of all, you've got to terminate your own parental rights. You've got to completely give them up.
Because if you decide to do that, there's no changing your mind, right?
Exactly. Once you terminate those and you put him or her into a foster care system and make that child a ward of the state, you're giving up all of your parental rights. And that doesn't mean you can come back around. Now, maybe you can come back around and adopt the child, but you'll no longer be granted the privilege of being the biological, constitutionally privileged parent. So giving that up is going to be really, really bad. That's why, that's a really extreme scenario, but some parents
very, very extreme.
Some parents, you don't even have to have like a disgruntled, misbehaving child to send them to like a private school or something like that. Some parents just do that naturally to teach them manners and teach them certain things. It's tradition in the family or whatever. But yeah, I mean, some of the things you guys were talking about, that's going to do a lot of bad to the child more than it's,
Okay. Well, then we'll just end it with this. I want to ask you both, and you just tell me kind of briefly what you do. If this was your son and they fucked you in this way, like they ruined everything that you bought, everything that you've worked so hard for, destroyed, is he getting that phone back anytime soon?
Do you want a serious answer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, eventually, yeah. But after something like this, there would be some serious, one-on-one time. There would be a lot, I'd be in their face a lot, trying to figure out what it is that is bothering them, what I can do. And once I figure that out, I'm going to work every day to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. I'm homeschooling them.
Yeah. Homeschooling them?
I'm homeschooling them. Yeah.
I would probably drive myself to jail and check myself in willingly because I would be scared of the things that I would do if I was allowed to be roaming free with this child. I just would be afraid for his life. I would be afraid for mine. I don't know what would happen, and I would check myself into jail to avoid anything.
Hey, wait. Would you reconsider if I told you that you're probably covered by your insurance policy?
Oh, well, if I'm covered. And I'm getting some new shit.
You're good.
But kid. He's definitely going to foster care. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are probably covered by your insurance on that.
No, actually, Travis, that was a very, very mature response. That's the right thing to do. I could tell you one thing: until he turns 18, no chance of him getting that phone back. Like, you fuck with me like that, there's going to be some serious consequences.
Life would be different after that for sure.
Yeah. I just when I saw that video, my jaw just dropped. I was just shocked.
Yeah, that's
my brain just instantly went to murder. So yeah, I just wanted to ask if it was cool to murder him. I guess it's not though. Okay.
Not. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe if you're in China.
Yeah. Maybe I'll move to China then.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm actually extra interested in that clip. If you could send me that, if you could DM me that so I could follow that family. I don't know if they have more TikToks on like the aftermath and stuff like that, but I'd like to see that whole story.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you that. And Josh, I actually meant to send you that Kardashian spoof last week too. That you said did you ever find that?
No, you didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't because I know
send that to you.
Taylor would have loved it. Taylor would have loved it.
Moving on, though, have you guys ever had to deal with a bad neighbor?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We've all had that one neighbor that we just wish would go away. So this one isn't too bad, but I actually do have a legal question to ask after we watch this and see what your thoughts are. So let's take a look. So this neighbor has tied a fence to their other neighbor's drain pipe. Is that what that's called? Drain pipe?
A snow fence?
Yeah,
it's a snow fence.
It's a snow fence to the drain pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it okay? So obviously in the video, they're removing it. There's cable ties connecting this plastic fence, the snow fence, I guess they're calling it. I didn't even know it was called that. They're removing that. So is it okay if your neighbor comes to you and attaches something to your property in some way? Do you have the legal right to remove it yourself? Or do you have to talk to somebody? You have to get somebody involved first because it is attached to your house.
Right. Yeah. So without getting into the nitty-gritty details of like, the true legal analysis here. Yeah. I mean, someone comes over and puts something on your property and you have justifiable cause, be like, this is my property, this is my boundary line, and you're going to put that fucking thing on there. You're damn right I will. Just like I can cut down a tree that I believe is on my side of the property. You should verify that, but yeah, sure. Why not? It's your property.
But that's their property that you're cutting. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, you are destroying their property technically.
Yeah. So when they put it there, it's called trespass. And it's trespass the land, and I have the right to remove it.
By any means necessary, could you not cut it and maybe catch it on fire?
I mean,
could you pee on it?
Until the acids from your piss eventually dissolves it to the ground?
Can I cut the zip ties off first, crumble it into a ball, take a dump on it, and then place it on their porch?
So lighting a fire, no, probably, because that's probably a crime. It's called arson. Even if it is to your own property, arson is still a crime. Peeing on it, how many times do you go on your back porch and piss? I mean, I've done it before, so it's totally a dude thing to do. So, I mean, whether you
this fence just happened to be
whether you're pissing in the wind or pissing on a fence, it's still on your own property. Piss away. That's what I gotta say. And then you said taking a crap. What you said again, Mike?
Are you allowed to crumble it? Like, so you remove the fence, you crumble it into a ball, you take a dump on it. Well, actually, you probably don't do that first. You would take the crumbled up ball over to their porch, then take a dump on it. Is that okay?
No. Okay.
Okay.
You flip the script right now. You're.
Right, I got to get to my neighbor's house after the show's over. Then get that cleaned up. I thought that was cool. My bad. I really should contact you first before doing these things.
Yeah. Well, you should always consult your attorney before. Not that I'm saying I'm your attorney.
Oh,
I'm saying you should always consult legal.
Let me just send you $1 on PayPal, and then is that a real thing? If I give you $1 right now, is that no? That's not a real thing. Like we now have. That was like that on Breaking Bad.
No. That's not how you establish a lawyer-client relationship.
Yeah, we can get. I was just curious. Yeah. But okay, we had mentioned trespassing. This next guy, he is trespassing, and I want to know if it's okay to trespass if there's a good reason. So let's take a look.
God, he's got shit so bad.
This man is literally crapping his pants.
What are you doing?
And there's nothing really sniffing about the audio, so I'll just mute the audio.
Is he trying to pull a key out?
He is trying to. Well, it's his neighbor's house. I think, or it's somebody's house. It's not his though. Is it okay to break into somebody's house if you really have to take a dump and use their bathroom? You're only breaking in to use their facilities. You don't want to steal anything. You don't want to hurt anyone. You just need to take a dump. Is that okay?
Man, it's so sympathetic because, I think we've all been there, right? You got the turtle head coming out and you're squeezing and clenching for life. And you've probably been doing it for the last hour, maybe even an hour and a half. If you've gotten to the point where you're going to sit there and break into someone's house, you might be approaching 2 hours, which applause. Congratulations, man. That takes effort. It takes training. It takes motivation. It takes determination. It takes a lot of courtesy to other people, right? You probably passed several opportunities to just do it and really offend people by doing it. And he waited until he got to a point where he felt comfortable and he thought maybe a neighbor was there and would just let him, come right in. And unfortunately, the door was locked. And I'm sorry to say, man, he is shit out of luck.
So you just got to shit your pants in that situation.
He'd have a better argument if he just took a shit on the front lawn. And if that's his neighbor, that makes me think that his house is not far away. So that makes me think, what? Are you 3 houses away? How do you not even just get to your own front lawn and just take a shit?
Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's say New York City, New Year's Eve. You're there to watch the ball drop, right?
So you're in Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square. Boom. And there's really, there's no restroom nearby,
None at all.
Yeah. But if you drop your pants, pull your wiener out, you're probably.
I don't think you're allowed to pull your wiener. You're getting arrested when you're pulling your wiener out.
Right. So you should probably just shit your pants, right? You should shit your pants at that point.
I would suggest that you find one of the alleyways off of the Times Square.
What if there's no way to avoid people? It is fucking packed. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you're right. So in Times Square, they have the guardrails around. So it's not like you just jump over them and jump back over. There's an entranceway, and once you're in, you're in. And there are porta potties, but what if you can't find one? You're not close enough. You should probably just kind of walk over to the guardrail and just stand there. And just let it out. Just remove yourself from the situation as much as possible. Just let it out. And then once you've let it out, hop the fence. And then just go leave.
So if you did drop your pants, take a shit in front of a bunch of kids, are you going to be on the sex registry after that?
There's probably a chance.
There's a good chance, yeah.
A good chance. Yeah.
High probability.
So, the sex offender registry is not all about just the idea of utilizing children for sexual advancement. Just literally just exposing yourself puts you in that way, because the idea is that if you feel comfortable enough to do that, you feel comfortable enough to go forward. And that's how we've developed our laws on that situation.
And who actually registers you on that list? Is it Chris Hansen?
Oh God, I forgot all about that show. Oh my God. How did we get away as a culture with actually doing that show? Because that is the worst thing ever. It was entertaining. It was very good.
Yeah, it was.
It was very good. But at the same time, are we serious? We literally commercialized.
That was entertainment. That was what we decided was entertainment.
We commercialized this. Adults came up with the idea that this is entertainment.
Hey guys, let's I would love to be at that pitch meeting. Hey guys, I got an idea. I've been thinking about this.
We're just gonna play around with some predators.
From my understanding, though, Chris Hansen and MSNBC, they got hit with a fuck ton of lawsuits.
Oh, I bet. I bet
they did. Yeah. They did. They got hit with a lot of those intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, a lot of different things, right? What you were doing, even though you weren't intentionally targeting me, what you did caused a lot of emotional distress for me and my family, because my child has had to go through that. My family's had to go through that, and you're making money off of it, and you're utilizing my circumstance that I've had to actually live through to make a buck. and you made a lot of money, and I'm stopping that. Now, if they would have never made money, would have never been a problem, right? If it did like one season and it died out, no, it did multiple seasons.
Oh yeah, they milked it.
People were like, nom 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 nom. I love this. I want more of it.
The thing that just intrigued me so much, and then we can move on. I actually had one more clip after this, but I want to save it till next week because I know we have other stuff. But I always wondered, I was always curious about how willingly they were just like ready to eat a snack. Like even as they were talking to Chris Hansen, they would like take a cookie from the table and just start munching as they're talking to Chris Hansen. Was it like a nervous? They already knew they were fucked, so they're like, "Well, I might as well enjoy this cookie that's on the table."
Yeah. Oh, how many times he was just like, hey, please sit down. It's like,
why don't you take a seat? I have the chat logs right here. Just take a seat.
And that's crazy because it's like if you knew that you just got caught with something like this, you would think that your appetite would go away, but they're just fucking eating.
It's just a normal day for them. They're just.
I'm not really a cookie guy. Do you have any chips and dip?
What's funny is they put cookies there, right? Like what do like kids love cookies, right? Like why is it not like a chili dog? Like
yeah, I brought out some bratwurst. You interested?
Here's a cookie. You've been luring kids with cookies. I'm gonna lure you with a cookie now.
God.
And then the real shitty party, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're free to go." And then they walk out. They walk out, and in their head, they're like, "Yes!" And they walk out the door, and they get hands up, hands up.
Yep. God, how did society get away with that for so long? Because it was almost like
crazy.
3 years.
Well, it's still on YouTube. If you ever look up on YouTube, I think Hansen's
he's still doing new shows,
and there's some rogue guys too that do it.
Oh yeah, but they're not making money, so no one's out there suing them.
Yeah. But guys, do you have any more clips, Mike?
I did have one more. I want to save it for next week, though. I know we're
cool.
over time.
Yeah, we're probably gonna skip Would You Rather as well.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that, man. Like we're sitting here 8:30, right? We're an hour and a half in. We still got the match to do.
The main event.
Yeah, I've got my content. We'll use it later. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. It's all good. Sorry for any folks watching that were thinking about. Well, if I can for a second, it was promoted as What Grinds Your Gears, which was last week. I was going to do something a little bit different this week with Would You Rather. But I've got plenty of content to come. And so, but yeah, let's go ahead and skip that.
Yeah, we go with the flow here. We had a lot to talk about.
Hell yeah. Okay, so the main event of the evening. It's been, I think, 9 years now. 9 years ago, there was a promotion. 11 years ago.
Actually, no, 10. 10, actually.
It had to have been 2012. Yeah.
Are you talking about the actual day that we wrestled this match? It was 2012.
Okay, so 10. Wow, a decade ago.
Full decade.
Wow.
Man, Travis DuFour versus Josh Brinkman happened for a little ditty called Victory Championship Wrestling.
Now, was this your first match together or
one-on-one? Yeah.
One-on-one, yeah.
It's the only one we've ever done.
Yeah, it's the only one-on-one match that we did.
And so we're going to actually watch along and do some commentary and then ask questions along the way too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So for any wrestling fans that are tuning in and everything like that, Mike Yatsko is a longtime wrestling fan. So hopefully he can tap into your brain and ask any kind of wrestling related questions that come along. Real quick, one thing I wanted to say before we start the match, at the show, before the show, I was in the ring working out, as I usually did back in the day, just getting a little bit of ring time in before the show would start. And the promoter walked up to me. The promoter's name was Steven Broussard, and the other promoter was Nick the Bull. Little fun fact, Nick the Bull's sister was somebody that I had dated at one point. Which is funny because Josh's sister was somebody that I also dated at one point.
You got a bad habit, bro.
And that's what they said. They were fucking with me before this show because they were like, "Oh, no wrestler's sister is safe around Travis." And I just thought
you had
that
no
was
shame.
No, yeah. But
did you treat him right at least?
Well, of course not. The only person I've ever treated right is my fiance.
There you go. Good call.
Good man.
Pull up the match. You are going to want to mute the entrance musics because
is it copyrighted?
Dude, I love music.
It doesn't have to be muted. It just has to be we have to be talking over it. So I'll put it very, very low.
This is one of my favorite places that I had entrances at. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, we don't want to get flagged. So this was at what company now?
Say it again.
VCW?
Yeah, VCW, Victory Championship Wrestling. Josh's theme music for this event was by Rage Against the Machine.
Yep.
Now, is this a regulation ring? That ring looks kind of smaller than the average ring.
That's a low profile, isn't it?
It's a training ring. That's a legitimate.
I also noticed one of those posts are kind of slanted inwards. That seems like it's about to collapse. Was this rigged to collapse like the Brock Lesnar Mark Henry match, or the Brock Lesnar Big Show match rather?
No, actually, what happens is that when you're tightening the ropes, you got to do them in in a synced fashion, and if you don't, you end up tightening one. You get one side too tight, and another side gets too loose. Think about if you're changing a tire. When you put the bolt back on the tire, you can't just tighten one bolt as completely tight as possible and then go around in a circle. You have to do a little bit on each one each time and go around over and over again. Same thing with the ropes. You got to have those in sync. And so if you don't, you end up getting that bow right there that's happening. And actually the back corner over there next to the door in the left-hand corner is the same way. There's actually the left-hand side of the ring is bowed in more than the right, and that's all because of the way they tighten the ropes that night.
Now, Josh, why did you do what you
tables too on this ring, and they probably weren't tightened, the cross tables.
Yeah.
I noticed you wiped your boots or something as you got in.
Dude, you got to respect the ring, right?
Let's see if I wipe my boots. Nope.
Oh, no respect. So, Travis, you were wrestling as Travis DuFour right now, right?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had a different name for a period of time. No, go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I was trained hard on that aspect from Shane Shadows all the way to Elite, and they were just always like, wipe your boots off. So I always made sure it was very obvious that I wiped my boots off to everybody who ever told me to do that.
I'll start with Travis. Travis, what was your level of confidence at this point in your wrestling career as a wrestler?
I was on a whole nother level. I had taken the business very serious at this time. I was really making a lot of the big changes. Go ahead and pause it for a second. I was making a lot of big changes as far as my attitude and as far as my weight, as far as my training. I was finally, for the first time in my wrestling career, taking it seriously on all cylinders. Whereas before, I would take it serious in one aspect or maybe two aspects, but at this time I was trying to kill it on all cylinders. And Josh as well. Josh, you were
what was your confidence level at this time, Josh?
Yeah, so for me, I was at Elite. I'd been there for about 6 months at this point in time. Pretty committed with them, doing a lot with them, a lot of training with Jake and George and Brian. And so I was pretty high on my confidence as well. This was actually one of the last shows that I did outside of Elite before I went to law school. So I not only did I have the confidence of the type of training that I had at this point in time, and also the type of character that I had here at VCW, I really felt like this is one of the truest forms of who I am as a wrestler is here. But I was also getting ready to go to law school. So I felt I have every circumstance in my life going right for me. So I walked into this ring very confident in every stage of my life.
Now, you guys were buddies, known each other a long time. Were you excited for this match? And was this a night you were looking forward to? And then also I have a follow-up question. Being that you're friends, do you take it easy on each other or do you go harder?
Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say, so I was definitely looking forward to it. I think Justin even came to the show, JW. I think JW was in the back. I think he may have wrestled it as well. So it was fun to have him back there. We actually had done a match, the three of us, a tag team match previously to this, a 6-man tag actually 8-man tag. I actually did watch that match. Found it. But you know, so it was nice that this felt like full circle. So I was really excited about that, like full circle, finally getting an opportunity, and then it was just fun to actually work with Travis. You know, that was one person I always felt like I could always do a good match with, and I never had an opportunity to do it. What was the second part of your question, Mike? You were asking me about
if being that you're friends, did you take it easy on each other in the ring, or did you work stiff? How was that?
You know, honestly, I'm a naturally stiff guy. Everybody always talks about how stiff I am. I can't tell you how many times. I remember I worked Shorty Smalls one time. Talking about stiff, I hit him in the face one time. He's like, "Lay up, bro." And so, like, I've always come off. I get excited at the beginning of the matches, so like that's where my stiffness comes from. And usually I calm down during the match. That's the type of wrestler that I am. Like I get really excited at the beginning because I have all this adrenaline and pumping going. So I come out like a house of fire, even though it doesn't look like it, maybe like a legit house of fire. But the way I'm working is like a house of fire, and I got to calm down during the match to get my emotions under control. So I would actually defer to Travis because I you know, working with Travis, I didn't feel anything stiff. You know, the stiffest person I ever worked with was actually George. Because, you know, for whatever reason or another, he just wanted to give me the business.
What was your perspective, Travis, as far as working stiff or taking it easy on him because he's your buddy?
Sure. So I'm the kind of guy where I actually don't like to wrestle like somebody who's too stiff, because I'm a very much so, I love the art of selling. I love the illusion. So, you know, don't crack me one. I'm gonna make it look good. Don't crack me one. Now, from my memory, but with that being said, from our area, there's a ton of guys that were taught lay it in. Yeah. So I came across that all the time. That wasn't me. Now, to answer your question, Mike, if I was better friends with you, yeah, absolutely, I'm going to crack you one, because we've just got that mutual understanding, that mutual respect, and I don't have to worry about coming back to the locker room and be like, was this fucking guy trying to take advantage of me or something?
Yeah,
you know,
it's all good fun.
Sure.
But I remember this match being nice and snug, and I knew that was going to. I kind of had a sense that was going to happen, because, you know, I was keeping tabs on Josh. I knew that he went through Elite and all that, and, you know, that's what all those guys were known for, was laying it in. So I kind of knew that tonight was, you know, I was going to feel this match the next day, which was one of the things that I miss about pro wrestling, about being an active wrestler, is feeling it the next day.
Should I continue the video?
Let's get some action going here.
Do you remember if this ring was it forgiving? Like if you took a bump on it and you
actually was.
Yeah, this wasn't a bad ring. Nice tight lock up. There you go.
Going for a pinfall already. Did you really expect to win the match already, Josh?
Yeah.
That's Travis was going to lay down for you.
It's the ultimate goal of a match is to always win the match. And as a heel, sometimes I always thought, like, if I get the quicker pin, like, let's go ahead and get it in there.
It's almost, it's a cocky heel thing to be like, I can finish him now.
I learned this from Jake, just like this whole like arm kind of angle and like working the arm, especially after that fireman's carry.
We almost fucking squashed the referee in the corner there. You see that?
That looked like I got you a little bit there.
That was a good shot right there.
I love how much money that VCW put into their entrance.
Oh yeah,
that's a high quality stage right there.
There we go, little up and over action.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really nice. That was nice, smooth.
The only thing that's difficult about this ring and working in this ring is you got two guys that are over 6 feet tall working in like a 12-foot ring.
Yeah.
So like everything, it's
because the standard size is 20 by 20, right? That's what WWE rings are.
Standard size is 16 by 16. That's standard.
16. That's what WWE uses, or is that
WWE uses a 20 by 20?
Okay, so they're just bigger than usual.
Quality, like you have a lot of room to work with.
Yeah.
This is I love this. This gave Travis so much to work with right here. This is what allows him to actually like kind of whip me, in my opinion.
Oh, I like that. I love that.
Yeah, like I was like trying to call off the ref.
And the whole duck the first one and then take the next kick, that's a spot I had done for years.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind if I pause it. I just had a quick question about a referee. And in previous matches, either of you have wrestled. Have you ever been in a match where the referee made a bad call and counted to 3 when he wasn't supposed to? So like maybe you lost when you were supposed to win, or you won when you were supposed to lose. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Not for me. No.
That happened to you, Travis?
I had a match with Tyler Caton up in Pennsylvania. That was a fucking picture perfect beginning to end like match. I could send to promotions to book me. It was less than 10 minutes. It was it was beautiful, but the fucking finish of the match, the referee didn't count to 3 and Tyler never kicked out. And he said, 2. And then we had to improvise a new finish, which fucked up the flow. It was and oh my God. I like whenever I got
Were you furious in that moment, like right away?
Well, I gave that referee the business because he had been a referee for over 10 years. And I was like, that was a goddamn rookie mistake right there.
Who was your ref? If I'm allowed to ask.
Are you allowed to name names?
Well, okay, wait. Okay, well, tell me where you were working at.
It was Phoenix Pro Wrestling. It was a Pennsylvania ref.
Okay, all right.
But you know, if it was a referee who had only been doing it not that long, I wouldn't have given them the business. It would have been a coaching moment. But when I got to the locker room, since I knew that fucking guy had been around 10 years, I was like, that was unforgivable. Like,
yeah, that just makes it embarrasses you guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the crowd was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then the referee fucked that up. And then they were like, and it once the fans go, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's really hard.
It kind of takes them out of it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why one of the most important jobs is for the ref to actually listen to the workers in the back and listen to what we're saying, what the finish is. Like we do a really good job of breaking down the finish for referees. Like they don't need to know the beginning, the middle, or anything other than like, here's the finish, and here's when you know we're going to go into the finish, and then here's the spot that is the finish, and then count to 3. I mean, I don't recall us breaking it down to a huge level with this specific referee, but yeah, every worker is getting in touch with the referees and saying, hey, you know, so and so is going over. Here's the start of the finish. Here's the actual finish, and then just make sure you're there to count. And then if you're working with a really good referee, you might be able to like throw in like a spot there in the middle where like maybe the ref is not paying attention. You can do something really cool and have a really good spot where the ref is not paying attention and the heel can do something to the face, or the face has an opportunity to do something to the heel, something like that. But at the end of the day, I've never been in a promotion where we're not breaking down the finish to the refs. Yeah. We're not just saying like who's going over. No. It's not who's just going over. It's like we got to tell them what's the start of the finish so that they're prepared and on their toes.
Exactly. And just to tell a quick story about this referee while we're talking about referees, this referee here, I won't say his real name. His nickname was Milk Toast.
Milk Toast.
Nobody really respected him. He came from the yard.
Oh, okay.
But he there was a different promotion where there was the pre-show meeting, and he had like raised his hand, which is kind of like really weird to start off with. He like raised his hand near the end of this pre-show meeting while all of the boys were there, and he said, "Hey, I got something serious I want to say to everybody." And we were like, "Okay, Milk Toast, what do you have to say?" He was like, "Well, I just got out of the hospital. I'm okay." And we were like, "Oh shit, what happened to you, Milk Toast?" And he said that he had taken more than the like recommended doses of Viagra, and his boner wouldn't go down. He had to go to the hospital, and they took a needle to his wiener, like something like 4 times. Like they took blood out of it 4 times.
Ooh, that's a bad break.
And I told him after he got done speaking, I was like, "Don't you fucking ever interrupt the meeting for something like that again."
I think I might do that after the show tonight.
True story. True story.
Should we get back to the match?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
So as you can see, we're starting off the match with the high, babyface is on top, high-paced action, Nice little knee lift for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Man,
would that be called flying lariat? Is that what that would be?
That was like an Undertaker-esque flying lariat.
One of the things that I think is very, very unique about the way I always worked as being one of the more bigger guys, thicker guys, and taller guys, is that damn, I could fucking bump for anybody, and it always looked really good.
Yeah.
Now, Travis, as a tall guy, you guys are both tall. Did you go to the top rope very often?
No, not very often at all. And as you can see, it was just a spot for the cutoff here.
Yeah.
Little cutoff here. Time to start a little heat. Give me an opportunity to like talk some shit.
Whenever I was younger in the business, I would regularly do the frog splash, but otherwise, no top rope for me. Josh, you go to the top rope?
Oh, Josh with the big leg.
That was a good leg drop.
So the leg drop looked okay, but there's nothing that tells you more about a wrestler that they don't know what to do than I'm just going to drop a leg drop here. I do remember. Actually, I remember Travis. I remember you telling me that you couldn't breathe because I was a little too stiff on that.
Look.
This right here.
Yeah,
That's
you were
fucking stiff.
Yeah, that was another.
Yeah, you were being stiff.
The thing about that though is that I always forgot how flexible Travis naturally is. Travis is so naturally flexible. Like you think it hurts him to be that flexible, and so like I'm feeling this, and like I can definitely see where I'm getting in a little bit here.
Here we go. Classic bear hug.
Love the old-fashioned bear hug. Right in the that's the other thing too is I don't like where the bear hug gets you the bear hug and then they break out of it. I like the bear hug of like a quick 3 or 4 seconds and then I just shove you into a turnbuckle.
Spine buster would be cool too.
And that was cool because there was no wasted motion. I tried to grab the rope twice.
Suplex.
Got me
Nice
suplex.
Yeah. Well, that's Travis with his body control. That's not me. It's really Travis having his body control under.
Because not to break the fourth wall, but it takes a lot. It takes 2 people to pull off a successful move.
Oh God, there's nothing worse than someone sandbagging you on a fucking suplex.
Yeah.
And then another 3 here, right? Like, can you rewind it here like 4 seconds? 4 seconds. I want people to understand something about being a heel. One of the most important things about being a heel is going for the pin. Well, you missed the first pin, but I always went for 3 pins. That was one of the things that I liked doing. I liked going for 3 pins. And this was something that George taught me about being a heel. It's like, there's nothing more annoying to the fans about you going for the first pin and not getting the victory. And then you go for a second one, you don't get the victory. And then you go for the third one and you don't get the victory. But the most important part about going for 3 pins is you do it in 3 different ways. Now watch it.
Yeah. Take a look at the suplex again.
So here's a suplex, and I just hit him with a bear hug into the turnbuckle.
So should you have gone for the pin right away?
Yeah, I should have, but no, I got a taunt.
What a cocky asshole!
Look at the cocky pin. Okay, fine, 1 count.
That didn't work.
Hook in the leg. Here we go. Now he's putting his whole body weight on me. There you go.
And then if you don't notice, I even try to hook his head.
Yeah,
I hooked both, and I tried to do a whole hook together. And now this is
camel clutch.
I got the wrong side of the camera, but I love this move. I love this.
Yeah. This looked good.
Trying to make him humble.
Watch how I sell my arms here.
Yep.
Oh,
God. Oh wow, Jesus!
Yes,
you are beating the shit out of him.
Just like the bear hug, I don't like keeping that locked in because realistically, if I keep that locked in, you should just tap out. But if I hit you hard enough and you just let go naturally and you fall down on your face like Travis did, it looks very natural, very clean.
Did you love being a heel, Josh?
Oh, I loved it.
You did too, right, Travis? That was your wheelhouse.
Oh yeah, I definitely preferred heel.
You would think being a wrestler, you'd want fans chanting your name, cheering you as a babyface.
For me, Josh.
Yeah. So pause that
disaster kick, Mike.
Yeah, so pause this. Here's the problem with this. That's the problem with this ring. That's the problem with this ring is that it's so small. Travis has I don't have this ability, but Travis does because of his ability to control his body, his athleticism. I mean, you just saw the way I was able to bend him backwards. He has legitimate athleticism. He has really good body control. You can see that from the suplex. this ring is doing him injustice right now, because if I have an opportunity to really launch him off of this, right? Like, look at this, right? So, like, go ahead and play it. So he's going to have an opportunity where I launch him.
And I remember Josh was the one, Josh, you were the one in the back who told me to do the disaster kick. And I told you, boom.
If he has the opportunity to actually have a really good ring, to get a really good, I thought I launched him, but no, he ducked the line. Like, if he has an opportunity to be in a long ring where he can actually get a good long shot.
Oh, did you poke him in the eyes?
Yeah.
Well, it's cut off. And then jump off of that for real, he's going to get so much more air, and it comes down more vertically rather than horizontally, which is what it looked like.
Yeah. I had never done the disaster kick before, and I had never done it after this match. Here we go. Now,
Bulldog?
me and Josh crack our heads.
On each other?
Legitimately.
Oh, we'll have to watch that back. Hold on.
That's because it's such a small ring for two guys of our size, like lengthwise.
Bonk.
So you hit it?
Right there at the very end. Right there at the very end. Like where I roll over and he rolls backwards.
We're actually going to do something fun here. We're going to.
It was after the move actually happened.
Yeah. Like, so everything's
slow-mo.
Everything's clean. So here's the clean, and then boom.
Oh yeah, the conch right there.
Yeah, I remember that.
I can feel that pain right now. Like, it hurt, dude.
You got me right here. Oh, there's somebody brought their fresh baby here.
The baby doesn't even care. He's not even watching.
Future main eventer right there. So the good old double down is always good. Oh, my chop.
Oh man,
I love giving chops. I love doing the chop scene.
I had to square myself up.
I can hear that one.
Here we go.
Blocks his punch into the ropes.
Oh,
that's in the face.
Good.
Hey.
Oh, Hurricane Rana. Oh no.
That
was going to be a couple different moves.
Rewind that. That is so clean. Go back to when he goes for the punch, and I block it and just straight up whip him over. That is solid.
That whole sequence. I'm in love with this whole sequence.
Right here. And he comes in. Nope.
Blocks punch. Throws him in the ropes. Kick to the face.
This is good. This is really solid stuff.
Man.
Looked like he was going for a Hurricane Rana, but then ends up going to a what do you call that move?
Russian leg sweep.
Russian leg sweep.
The tilt-a-whirl Russian leg sweep was a move I had been doing for years.
I think we
did it with Big Davis too.
Back.
We trying to get the crowd round up.
Yep. And here we go, Botchamania, baby.
And they are Botchamania.
No, it's just
that wasn't Botchamania.
No, I was on Botchamania because of a lion salt, but that was a good
not this match.
Right there.
In the crowd, they're into it.
Oh yeah, they're
digging the match.
This was stiff.
Pedigree. He
was
a pedigree.
I kept you hooked.
So you were doing a Marty Garner on him. Isn't that Marty Garner?
It might have seemed like a lazy sell for me, but that's what I was saying earlier. If somebody legitimately did something to me, it was hard for me to sell it. So that was a little bit of a lazy sell, but I'll take it.
I want to rewind a little bit and check this out again.
Actually, I think the best part of that match is that sequence that we had.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
nothing about this match was there's no like botch in this match.
Yeah. Will this be your finishing maneuver right there that you missed? He rolled out of the way.
It's open for interpretation. I think the fans could have thought, "Oh, this is gonna fucking put him away."
So when I watched
the pedigree, was that your finishing move, Josh?
So Nick wanted me to do the pedigree. Nick Fury wanted me to do the pedigree. So like the first show, there's actually a match with me and Nick Fury, which is actually a very good match. A lot of people have messaged me and told me it's the best match they ever saw Nick Fury have. And it was because I kept it very simple with him and took a lot of ass whooping in it. But he wanted me to do the pedigree in his promotion as my finisher. And I was like, fine, whatever. It's your promotion. I'll do the pedigree. But I do wish watching that finish was sort of anticlimactic because you just missed the lion salt. And then I just popped up and just kicked you in the gut and pedigree, right? Like that sounds like some Sunday Night Heat kind of stuff. Not that it was bad, but I think there could have been something where like maybe I tried to do something, you reversed it, you try to do something, and then I reversed.
Were you the champion?
No. Or if anything, actually, I should have. What actually would have been pretty good. Actually, is like I try to do the pedigree. You reverse out of the pedigree, right?
Yeah, something more there. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like maybe like I try to go for that pedigree after you miss the lion salt, hook you up, and then you do something like old fashioned, like hell, you give me a little angle slam action, go for the count again, and a little false count, right? That's the one. That's that's something else that I meant. You didn't get a falsy count in there, right? You didn't get the 1, 2, kick it, oh god, that wasn't in there.
A good bit of this match was planned in the back too, and that's never been a strong suit of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You like calling it in the ring?
Whenever I have a lot to remember, it's a gamble. You're gambling with me.
It's a gamble.
So for me,
have you forgot spots, big spots in a match?
1000%.
Yeah, me too. At this point in time in my career, working with Elite, all I wanted to do was memorize everything in the back. Very Macho Man kind of Randy Savage kind of thing. Not saying I'm not comparing myself to Macho Man. That just Macho Man was like
what he did.
Like that's what he did. He wanted everything planned out to a T. But he was also more like a football player about it, where it's like he would watch film and sit down and watch film with the person he's going to be working with 3 months from now and be like, all right, let's plan this all out. And they're going to talk all about that. This is just me like, for this show, I'm like, hey, let's just plan it all out in the back. But what's nice is that it doesn't look like it was all planned out. Travis,
it doesn't look that way, and I'm glad that we did because that was a solid ass match. Well, what do you think, Mike? Give us the Dave Meltzer.
1 out of 5. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually enjoyed the match.
You went to an indie show and you saw that match. Would you walk?
I would be into it. I'd be into it, and I could hear the crowd. They were into it. They were having a good time, and so I would have been into it. I was into it just watching it now. I agree with what Josh was saying that maybe the ending could have been structured a little bit better, but that was 10 years ago, so it just is what it is. But that one sequence, I hope I can find it. I really would like to find that sequence again.
What, the Russian lariat?
Yeah.
Oh, go to like 8 minutes. Actually, probably more like 9. Better at 9, but yeah, no, I remember that was more on Travis. Actually, Travis was more about that spot right there.
Is this going to be it here?
This is where
here comes the double knocker.
Again, it's a small ring. There's not a lot of space for two guys. Travis is 6'2", 6'3", and I'm 6'2", 6'3". Like it's hard to put the two of us in a 12 by 12 ring. If you were to put us head to toe, we're longer than the ring.
My license says 6'5".
No, this is the sequence here, right?
Yeah, the chop fest.
Yeah, here we go. And then you whiff this one, see?
Yeah, I did whiff that one. Yeah.
But that's okay.
Or did you move your chest?
I did. I was like, fuck that.
I'm
going into business for myself.
And then this is good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, this match was solid.
It was clean. I think that's the way Travis described it yesterday. Clean. It was clean.
Yeah. And for babyface Travis DuFour, not bad, because I was not a babyface very often.
Yeah.
And Josh, you're just a natural heel.
I really am.
And you're not scared in your voice. Huh?
Go ahead.
Well, before the match started, he looked at this little kid in the front row and he was like, "Sit down, shut up, and watch me beat the crap out of this guy." And it's just,
Were you scared? So when you did that, what was it, the lion salt? Are you that doesn't scare you in any way doing the backflips and stuff?
Whenever I was in backyard wrestling, one of the places that we'd go to all the time, one of our friends named Matt, he had a trampoline in his yard. So anytime that we weren't backyard wrestling, I was on his trampoline. And I remember one summer night, me and the guys, we learned how to backflip one day. And it was so exhilarating whenever you fucking jump in the air and you lose your equilibrium, and then you land. When the first time you do a backflip and you land on your feet, that's the same as getting fucking wasted. Like you get so high off that feeling.
Wow. I didn't even realize how short the ring was until Josh kind of hopped out, but landed on the floor right away. And then he's as tall as the ring.
I'm as tall as the ring post. Wait, but hold on. I got to say something here. Travis, I forgot about this. I did 3 shows like this at VCW. Do you see who's behind me? Do you see another individual behind me right now? Like, do you see
Simon Shadows?
Simon Shadows was my manager for 3 shows. I completely forgot about that.
Was he your manager in this match?
Yes, he was.
He didn't help you at all.
He didn't.
No, he didn't. I didn't even notice he was there.
I remember. So, like, this was the first show that Nick was like, "I'm gonna put Simon with you," and I was like, "Do you not hear me when I walk out there? The people hate me already. Like, I talk on my own. Like, I do my. You just watched me." Like, at the end of this match, I jumped out of the ring and I'm like talking trash to all these people. I don't need a manager to talk trash for me. Like, I don't need a mic stick, right? I can do it myself. I don't need a Paul Heyman because I'm Brock Lesnar. You're not booking me as Brock Lesnar. Like, you're not doing that. And myself alone, like, I'm good. Like, I do have a natural arrogance, right? Like, I have a natural arrogance, pride, ego that comes out naturally when I'm a heel. And you see that. In every one of these matches that I do at VCW, and for some reason he was like, "Nah, but I want Shane in there with you," and I don't know why. I don't know why. But Shane, I mean, and not Simon. Simon is Shane's son. Simon was really cool about it. He was like, "Hey man, I just want to have fun," because he hadn't really broke into doing anything yet. He would do a couple matches with his dad on his promotion over there, Big Bear Lake, the CPW stuff.
Yeah, at this time he was just doing House of Pain shows because that's what sent him to start.
Yeah, exactly. So like he was just really happy to like be able to do something. I'm like, all right, let's work together, man. Like just do whatever you want to do that follows me, whatever that might be. So he kind of became, like, I guess you could maybe say, what the dude with the man? Why am I missing his name right now? The mic, the megaphone with Hulk Hogan.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart. Yeah, Jimmy Hart. God, I thought that was his name, but anyway. So he became more like a Jimmy Hart, where it was just like like Hulk Hogan doesn't need a manager, but we're gonna put Jimmy Hart with him, and it kind of looked like that to me when I watch it. It's just like this dude's with me and he's like praising my glory and whatnot. And like, that's what he's doing. But yeah, that's Simon right there, bro. And he did it for 3 shows.
Now, Josh,
he is. Look at the hair.
Oh, he is there. Wow.
That's Simon.
You grabbed something. What is it that you grabbed? I thought it was a title.
His vest.
My vest.
Oh, his vest. Okay.
Yeah. Because I didn't trust those Shepherdstown hillbillies to not steal my vest.
So we didn't see this part yet, but you're standing up. You
get to go home. Moral victory.
And they did. They clapped. They enjoyed it.
Gave my best.
Yeah, let's do a little taunt at the end.
Why? Do a little taunt at the end. If you guys, I'll go back.
What the fuck is this, man?
It's a She-Hulk. It's a She-Hulk figure.
No, I guess someone has a.
No, it's a hot toy. That you know what's behind me. The things that are behind me. Where is it? Move to this side. See, yeah, those figures. Those are Hot Toys figures. It was a review on one of those. That's all. But I had a question though. If you had to be honest with yourselves and give yourselves a Dave Meltzer star rating 1 through 5, and you could do 0.5, 3.5, whatever it is, what would you give yourself? Starting with Josh.
Okay, I'm not going to do Dave Meltzer rating. I'm going to do El Presidente, Dave Portnoy, one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Everybody, I love that.
Figure skating score. I have a score for myself. I have a score for the match. I would say the match, I think it is clean. It's solid. It's an indie promotion. This was like the 3rd match of the card. So I give it a solid 7-1, right? That's what you want for that spot. Really good. Myself, I would actually probably give myself a 7-1. I think I'd give Travis a 7-1 as well. I think him and I would both agree we could do better, but I think 7-1s across the board. I think you could say easily C pluses to B's, right there, if you're going to do grade scale. all across the board. I don't think there's anything wrong with this match that couldn't sell and put on a card.
What about you, Travis?
From a 1 to 5 star rating, I definitely say 4 stars, man. Not the perfect match, but you could put that match on any card on an independent wrestling event and anywhere. Then that
dare I say you could put your pet cat behind this match, and even it would make you money.
That's right.
Only Travis understands that inside joke. But.
I think the one thing that I really I want to reiterate for Travis and myself actually is that I would have really liked to see us do a match in at least a traditional 16x16, like what you would actually see in the indie circuit, right? Like not.
I'd love to see it longer too, a 20-minute match.
Well, I think actually, honestly, him and I probably could do that. I think, and we probably wouldn't plan out as much. We'd probably do the typical, like, we got like 2 or 3, maybe 4 spots that we want to do. We're going to try to remember all 4, but we're not going to plan to do all 4. We'll just like call it out with what we feel. And then the rest of it's going to be called in the ring. And it's going to be a lot of boom, boom, boom kind of stuff. How the vets like to say, boom, boom here and a little boom, boom there, and then, spot number 3, we're going to do that and a little boom, boom after that,
We could have done that same match and done 20 minutes, just more selling and more pomp and circumstance. We could have done the same exact match.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially definitely a bigger ring, something that that we could actually utilize. Like, I'm not the person that's going to be jumping off of stuff, but you certainly have the athleticism to do that, given the fact that, I've gone to the top rope before and done stuff like that. It's more just for the spot, and just like you did, but you have done springboards before. You did 2 in our match. Just need a bigger ring so that can happen. And then for us to be able to move around so that when we are whipping each other around, Irish whip, or like that spot at the end where I blocked your chop and like grabbed you by the back of the head and then threw you around, right? Like, to be able to generate momentum to make things look faster and more, intense and violent would be helpful. But yeah, I think we could do something for 20 minutes and be a lot of fun. It doesn't even have to be main event, but yeah.
As a fan, I could say I love the match. It was fun to watch. Maybe the only thing I would want as a fan is more false finishes, maybe, at least from Travis's end. And the only thing that I really caught me off guard, if I could say anything, would be the ending felt like it came out of nowhere. And that's a good thing, because I actually wanted the match to go on longer. I wish it hadn't ended at that point. So yeah, that would be my critique.
Nice. I appreciate that feedback. That's good feedback, Mike.
Well, I have been in the business for years, so I'm just kidding.
And that does it for another episode of the Travis DuFour Show.
Wait. Sorry. Wait. So does that mean that maybe we should think about, maybe Travis, you and I, we think about on the side, we open up a promotion together or something like that? I don't know. Maybe we do. And then maybe there's another match between you and me. I don't know. Okay. Oh, you were going into closing anyways. Go ahead.
Well, I just had my retirement match in August. Maybe give it a year and then I can break those terms.
Okay.
Nobody's
ever. You were going into closing anyways. I'm sorry. I interrupted you, bro. I'm sorry.
Guys, that's another episode of the Travis DuFour Shows. Thank you so much for joining us. Follow us at the DuFour brand, Twitter. Don't even follow us on Twitter. I don't even update the Twitter, but Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, those are pretty updated. And we will see you on the next episode.
That announcer saying your name is just,
I love it.
The most incredible audio clip that you
can
can
every
have.
time. I love it every time. If I were to actually ever wrestle you again, I would want it old school style, where like we both do an entrance and then we're standing in the ring, even though there's not even a title on the line. And I just want like an announcer to announce me, but then there's an intercom system that does that for you.
Yeah. Would you guys ever do that? Let's say, Josh, that you are, is that a serious thing? I don't know. Are you really starting a promotion, or is it just an idea being tossed around? This is the after show, by the way, folks, for those who are confused.
Yeah, but it's live, so I don't want to talk about it live. If you want to talk to me about it when it's not live, I'm not ready.
Well, then can I ask you this? If it were to happen and become a real thing, would you, Travis, lace up the boots again, and you, Josh, lace up the boots again to wrestle each other one more time?
I can't answer that question. The reason why is because it's not part of the equation of the things that I have in the back of my mind. But I'm not going to say it's out of the realm of possibilities.
But you're not okay. You're not saying never.
There's only one thing that could make me come out of retirement and have another match or series of matches. There's only one thing that could happen. That's if I become a celebrity.
You got to give him the belt too.
If I start killing it in stand-up comedy and you guys start seeing me on Netflix and all these other places,
right.
And you know where you're going to see me? You're probably going to see me in WWE.
Right. Well, I mean, if you just want something to sort of like, gnaw on for a minute or something like that. I mean, Travis and I have talked about it. Travis knows where I stand on this. It's something I'm very passionate about, something that I'm laying a lot of groundwork for, and something that I want to rely on Travis a lot for. I really do, because Travis and I look at the business in a lot of different ways. And so I'll put it this way. One of my goals is to make sure that Travis has a job that's not what he's doing right now, but he gets paid to do something else.
That'd be nice.
Is it the director of marketing and advertising? Because that's what I had.
Oh, yeah.
Director. I was going to give that.
No,
that was his title in the Burnout Media days. He was very happy about it. It was unpaid, though.
It's something that, I think, Travis, you would agree with me. Like, it would be a passion for you to do this. Like, oh, I'm getting paid to do this. Like, I'm actually getting paid to do this. It's like, yeah, you're getting paid to do this. You're getting paid to do this. And that's my goal. So in order for me to be able to reach that level and that ability and all that, like, I have to be in a certain situation and have certain circumstances align themselves. Currently, right now, I'm getting married. And so, like, that's the first goal, but, turn the page after that. And, I'm going to start looking at certain things where,
Very exciting.
Yeah. Very exciting.
You guys have any feedback on how the show went this week compared to last week?
Can I take like a
high points, low points?
Can I take a 7-minute break for a second and like take a piss and puff a cigar real quick?
It's a little late for
the
me.
after show might be over then.
Oh, okay. If we're talking that, I can stay around. Yeah, absolutely. If we're not going to be around that much longer,
because we're going to wrap up within 5 minutes, right?
Oh
yeah.
All right, I'm around then. I'm around. All right, so
I was just curious on feedback, high points and low points for you guys for the show, because I'm always always interested to see how it went. What do you guys think compared to last week?
Mr. DuFour?
I'll give my real thoughts off air. But not
air.
Real thoughts.
It's always we always give the real thoughts on air. We speak candidly here. We got nothing to hide. I've literally said it in an after show after the show. I was like, yeah, I think part of that was kind of shitty. Like I didn't like part of that. Like I don't care. Being honest with yourself. So you thought it was shit, is what you're trying to say. You just don't want to say that on air.
Oh no, it was fine. It was fine. I really, it really, whenever we were coming to the end of the Christmas picks and I looked down and it was 45 minutes in, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that draft picks thing went way longer than we had intended.
But it was fun. That was my favorite part of the episode. Well, plus the match. Yeah.
And I had the stupid video fuck up with me. It just wouldn't play. Like my computer, the left side, like the one part of my computer froze, just the one screen, so I couldn't get the video to play. That was awkward.
Well, my opinion is, we got to tighten up on time. Like, I think there's a lot of good content there, and we're still really, really good together. I feel like I was able to bring it back a little bit. Like I told you before, like
you did in the legal segment. I'll say that you definitely kept your answers short, which was great.
I was very aware of all of that and trying to be aware throughout the entire show. So, but there's a time constraint, and I think we're just probably more surprised that the draft pick Christmas thing took longer than it took.
I thought we thought 15 minutes for that or something.
Yeah. I think we all probably walked into that thinking like we'd be done in 20 minutes.
Breeze right on by this.
Yeah. So we got to tighten up on the time. So maybe just like during a production meeting, we just like start chit chatting about like, hey, like how long do we want each one of these segments to go? Don't put it on a hard time limit, right? You don't want to overscript it, but just sort of like, here's what we're looking at, because we actually completely scrapped the whole entire segment. The would you rather kind of thing, which is fine.
That's a good thing. Them having more content than we need is good.
Right. You can always revisit it, and that's totally cool. Like, and it's in the box, right? It's in the box. I can pull it out later. The other thing is that I will admit, Mike, like when I do would you rather, like, or the grind your gears, like I had like 15 things to choose from, but I had on both of them. Like I had 15 things to choose from for would you rather, and 15 things for what grind your gears, but I wasn't planning to go all 15. What my goal was, I chose 15, and then based upon how the show was going and how the vibe felt, I would choose from the 15. I just look at my list and go down. I kind of felt like you had a lot of video clips, and you had a lot of video clips lined up. And so maybe you should have.
I actually did cut out one from each segment.
Okay.
And it was also hard to gauge at times which one would be funny, because when I was watching some of them seemed really hilarious and some of them questionable. I thought the blowfish one, I thought that was hilarious. But
I thought that was great. Yeah, and we had a good time with that one. Actually, I mean, I threw in a lot of little one-liners and a couple one-liners in there, but. That's something to think about is, if you're going to do something where you have reaction or you have anything that requires a list.
I think I was getting so excited that I was actually finding clips that I wanted to use compared to last week where I was just like, I have like 3 clips. Like I have 3 clips and not even any of them are that good. Yeah. So last week I had no confidence, and this week I was like, fuck, I'm finding all kinds of clips. So I just was adding them all.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, and that's totally cool, bro. I mean, like
so less of those next time.
No,
or cherry pick.
I would say less. I think if anything, what I would have, if I was sitting in your shoes, and I say this because like if I was in the position where like I feel the show moving the way it is, and I have all these clips lined up, I'm immediately gonna eliminate things before I even start. Right,
like time wise, you mean?
Yeah, the time.
Like, we're 45. We're 45 minutes.
Yeah. By the time we got to you, like I know for me, like I would have looked at my if I had an opportunity to do would you rather, I probably would have.
We actually cut 2 segments. We cut what did you watch as well. We only really
did
we only did the one thing because I had that stupid clip to play. But
I would have looked at my list of my 15 instead of doing like 5 or 6 that I was anticipating out of the 15. I would immediately just been like, I'm going to do the top 3 that I can think of right now. And that's it. And I'm going to keep them very quick. Yeah. It's going to be like, here it is. So like,
learning curve.
Just keep on. Like, I encourage you to like have all those clips up and running, have them up and ready to go, because we may need to fill the show with that. Right.
We may find ourselves in a situation where a segment we thought would run longer might be 10 minutes, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. But if you're like on this show, I think all of us felt the same way after the Christmas draft. We were like, I think all of us in the back of our mind were like, that took a long fucking time.
I kept looking at the clock. I'm like, wow.
If it took a long fucking time and it was trash, that's another story. But I loved the whole.
I thought that it actually went very well. I wouldn't have changed it. I think it led to some fun discussions, and so I think that's and it's okay then, right? To do that as long as it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I had no problem scrapping my stuff because I already anticipated that. I was like, something's got to get thrown out tonight. Like
looking back, I would have cut out the fence one with the legally speaking. Oh, I did cut out the Karen break checks a student. I didn't even play that one. So I did cut out a couple, but there should have been a couple more I would have cut out.
Yeah, we should definitely put a limit on the clips.
But don't put a limit.
So maybe 5 max per segment.
But have more ready to go. Like have more ready to go. And then you just sort of feel out how we're doing in the show, and you can like pick out like what's the vibe of the show, and maybe one clip matches the vibe of the show more than another clip you thought might match the vibe of the show. That was
maybe to that point, I will pick out like 10 clips that I really enjoy, and then I will be okay. If I just had to make cuts right now, which ones would I cut, and then I'll do that.
Yeah, that's what
to get to the best ones.
I have 15 things on my would you rather, and like it was all based upon like they have different themes, like would you rather themes. Like some of them are scary and not like scary, but some of them are dirty. And it was all based upon like, okay, like, well, I don't know how the show is going to go, how the show is going to go, how everybody's feeling, what we're talking about getting organic. So like I'm going to have different vibes here. And then by the end of the show, when I get an opportunity to hit the limelight here and like do my would you rather for the two of you, I'm gonna just look at the list and go down and be like, all right, this one is fitting the vibe of the show. I'm gonna ask this one, And I would encourage the same thing for the clip. So line up as many as you want, and then just
pick the best.
That's right.
Yeah. What did you think of the Legally Speaking though in that direction with having a clip to give context and then a question following?
I like that aspect
on that.
Yeah,
I thought a couple of those worked. I like the one where the mom with her house was trashed.
Yeah, yeah, man. The only thing I gotta do, it's either or, right? Like for me, like I like you're like, can I kill this kid? It's like,
well, because it's a segment that's not meant to be taken serious. I hope that's the idea. Yeah, and maybe we should have a disclaimer or whatever, because obviously the questions I'm asking you aren't sane questions.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right. So
although a couple of them were like, if somebody hurts themselves,
I think the thing I gotta be prepared for is like, I guess maybe what you could do on the Wednesday production meeting. Maybe you should prep me and just say like, hey, be prepared.
I actually had none of these yesterday. I didn't have these until 2 hours before the show.
Right, but
I could prepare it.
No. But like even on Thursday before the show, if you want to send me a message like, hey, these are the type of clips. Like, here's the vibe I'm going for my clips. Like, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be very outlandish.
Hey, like this lady's getting gang raped in this one video. Is that
you don't even have to say that. You don't have to say that. Like, I'm gonna show you some things that I.
It's a joke.
You could be like, hey,
too far. I should have censored myself there.
I'm finding some video clips that I absolutely already know the answer to the question, right? Yeah. So, but I want to ask you the question because I think it's absolutely hilarious. So entertain me, right? Yeah. Like entertain me. Okay, cool. All right. So now I'm prepared to like do more entertainment because like when you say legally speaking, I'm still thinking like a lawyer, right? So like how do I unplug?
Because obviously I don't want to kill any kid. Like I wouldn't kill any kid.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like I hope that's clear to everybody involved.
Yeah. Just
it was just funny because that was the first thing I saw. I was like, oh my God, this lady's life is like ruined right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Lead me along a little bit in some way, either on the Wednesday production meeting or like before the show on Thursday. Say like, hey, I'm really gonna pick some stuff today that's like really outlandish. I'm gonna ask you some really crazy questions. Just go along with it.
But that is supposed to be the vibe of the segment, though. It's more comedy, less serious. Is that for Travis? What's your goal for that?
Yeah.
If that's what you're looking for, then I'll channel that. I'll be more prepared than ever before to make it more funny and incorporate really funny legal ideas into it.
It's a reflection of the show is kind of like a reflection of who I really am, which like I don't really take most of life serious. So that's a reflection. But I also take it dead serious. Because there's been a lot of horrible things in this life that have happened that I've seen. So it's like, I want to talk about stuff like that too. So it's kind of like finding that happy medium.
Yeah.
Dark humor.
Well, I appreciate the feedback though on the clips. I will take that into consideration for next week. But I will say, as far as the legal stuff, legal segment, I thought your shorter answers were much, much better. I thought that was a huge improvement. And I loved the match segment. I really didn't realize how much I would enjoy that one.
I thought it was good. Yeah, I definitely thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no. I mean, in some ways, like I guess the only thing that I reflect on it was that it was at the very end. And there was so much good content there that like if anybody was watching the show just for that and then they saw
like the funny stuff
and then they watched everything before that, maybe they weren't as entertained. I don't know. Like, maybe they were just looking for one thing. But that's hopefully we just cut it in clips, like you did last time, Travis, because I think that's going to be really helpful.
Yeah, they'll watch what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I dig it. Hopefully we keep getting better and better. That's the goal.
Until next time.